Game over.
From the heart of the city to the outer edges of the Beltway and beyond, this is the District of Misfits show, the drinking show with a podcast problem. This is your guide into our unique and beautiful city, the good, the bad, the ugly, as well as the funny and straight up ridiculous. Told by us before someone tells it for us. The opinions expressed on this show are our own, and we make no apologies. What's up, heathens? Happy Sunday to you, and welcome to another episode of the District of Misfits show, the drinking show with a podcast problem, the podcast for the rest of us. I am your boy Boo, hanging out with my friends Marcus and Val, and this week our good buddy, my brother from another mother, Drew Swift, aka DSB, in the house. How is it going, everybody?
Doing well, Boo. How about yourselves?
I can't complain, man. I've had a pretty good week, man. Decent weather. Played a lot of music. Got to go shoot some guns with Drew. We had a good old time. We'll be talking about that a little bit later, man. And yeah, it's been a better week. You know, still, future's still uncertain, but we're still kicking it.
I mean, it's gonna be uncertain until this shit is all gone and vaccinated and masked and all that shit. So
yeah, how about you, Marcus?
Enjoy the ride. I split my time between Delaware and DC this week. Bored as fuck at the beach and happy to be back in the studio. Let's just put it like that.
Bored as fuck at the beach.
Yeah,
that
man.
is some serious first world problem shit, bro.
it really, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and go.
I'm like, what's that feel like?
Right?
I mean, I know what it's like to be bored, but bored at the beach, shit.
All righty.
Damn. What's up with you, Val? How are you? What's going on?
All right, you know, I'm living the dream. Not really. Just, you know.
Somebody's dream. Maybe not yours, but it's someone out there is like
worked a little bit this week, you know. Boo, you had made that post about people who don't tip should be forced to work a double outside in the patio.
Dude,
and I was like, I did that already.
Yeah, so I mean, if anyone would enjoy watching that show, it would be you. And yeah, somebody just sent that to me today. Umberto, shout out to you if you're watching. Yeah, I was like, yes, I'm not a fan, but I'd watch the fucking shit out of that show. I would DVR that shit. I'd follow it for
I tip super well, and yet I've lived that already.
Yeah. What's up, Drew? How are you, brother? Welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. I'm good, dude. You know, believe it or not, I actually also had a good week. Last week was the first week since the pandemic went down that I actually made enough in tips that I didn't rate to pull any unemployment.
Awesome. Right on.
Nice.
That's a good problem to
Yeah,
have.
man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Get my second vaccination shot on Friday.
Oh yeah,
Right on. Okay.
Ready to get
Marcus,
back
did you
out
get
there
poked?
and-
Yeah, I got my first one this week too. So
Nice. What'd you get?
Visor.
Yeah, me too.
Pfizer.
Pfizer, whatever. Visor.
Pfizer.
I like to wear a Pfizer. It's cool.
Just don't wear it upside down and backwards.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Or like sideways, like that shit used to be a thing. Like I can't believe that used to be a
You
thing.
know who used to rock the backwards visor upside down?
Not me.
Steve Spurrier.
Oh.
Yeah, he would.
Boo. That fucking dude. Man, Drew, yeah. So for those of you who do not know, actually, you know what? Real quick, before we get super deep into this, let me do my due diligence here and thank everybody that is tuned in right now. Please like and share on all of your favorite podcast streaming platforms. We are available on most of them, and specifically you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, the District of Misfits, on Twitter at DC Misfits. YouTube, we have our own channel, the District of Misfits show, where you can check out this show and other podcast content that we are putting out. Twitch is District of Misfits, and feel free to swing by crushingdc.com and do some shopping, get yourself some fresh spring gear, and you'll be supporting us, and we'll be greatly appreciative. So, like I was saying, for those of y'all who don't know, Drew is I think I had to take a penalty drink because I did not turn the volume down on my device.
I was like, what am I hearing?
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Hold on, help me.
Penalty drinks. I'm into it.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Just
If your phone goes off, if all of a sudden like we start hearing ourselves like I just did, yeah. And it, other random things that we decide.
Sure, they get arbitrary.
Boo's like all highbrow with his wine glass in his wine.
Oh, dude. I'm drinking lowbrow wine out of a highbrow glass.
Attaboy. Hey Boo, where can everybody find you at though?
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on Reddit too, but I just am a stalker on Reddit. But at Crushing Boo, keep it all simple. One-stop shopping.
Right.
How about you, Marcus?
I am the pasteurized chef on all platforms. Keep it easy, keep it sleazy.
Yeah. And Val's a little bit more complicated than that.
I am on the Book of Face. I am Valerie Michelle Torres, 2 L's, Michelle with 2 L's. Twitter and Instagram, I am at VMTDC. Right there. Right there.
You got it. Good job, Val.
And Drew, we'll be flashing your stuff a bunch over the course of the show. But what do you tell the people where you at on your socials?
Man, I keep the Book of Faces too, mainly just for family and dudes I served with in the Marine Corps, which is fucking crazy because when you check into that shit, it's like right-wing gun nuts. Yeah, dude, it's nuts. And then I'm on Twitter under at SWFT1. And my Instagram account is mill.reticle.
I always wondered I wanted to ask you about that. Like,
okay.
What is that?
What is mill.reticle or reticle?
Yeah.
Okay. So a mill dot is a dot that is used in a sniper's reticle to tell distance. So a mill dot reticle references the type of reticle that's used in a Marine Corps sniper rifle to tell distance at extreme ranges.
Right on.
You asked.
I knew it was some crazy shit, dude.
We're like,
Yo, hey, get ready, dude. This episode, y'all are gonna learn some shit, dude. Let me tell you, Drew's gonna drop some shit on y'all. It's coming. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, we went shooting this past week, and I was telling Sarah, I was telling my mom, I was like, yo, it was educational. It was fun. We had a great time, but Drew's all about education. It was all about knowledge.
Well, I'm ready for our field
safety.
trip.
Yeah, whenever you guys want. Whenever you guys want. Like, seriously, and I told Boo in the beginning, I know we were all supposed to go out. I was just glad that, we had a couple of options. We could have just gone to the range for like an hour, or we could have made a day of it. And I'm really glad that we made a day of it, because then you get to actually see, what's up out on the range. It's a much more immersive experience. And like I told you the other day, shit, man, give me an opportunity to chill with you for 4 or 5 hours. Like I hadn't been able to do that in a while. So it was good.
Yeah, man, no doubt. And so, okay. So while we're here, while we're at it, man, tell everybody like what you do, break it down. There's a chance to do some shameless promotion.
All right. So I'll actually give you I am a firearms instructor. I own a firearms academy. I teach people gun safety. In addition to that, on an advanced level, I also teach people marksmanship, fundamentals of marksmanship, and how to shoot guns. I'll give you the same spiel I give my classes, because when you speak to a classroom full of people who are learning how to shoot guns for the first time, usually they're pretty nervous. So giving your credentials is usually a positive first step to put people at ease and let them understand that they're dealing with a professional. So normally it would go something like this. Hi, my name is Drew Swift. For those of you who've never met me, I am a former infantry Marine. I spent 8.5 years in the United States Marine Corps, all of them in an infantry billet. I spent 6.5 years with 3rd Battalion, 8th Marines. 4 of those were with their Scout Sniper platoon. In that platoon, one of my primary responsibilities was that of a PMI, which is a primary marksmanship instructor. That meant that it was my job to teach my Marines how to shoot. When you talk about marksmanship, you need to understand that all modern marksmanship comes from the Marine Corps and their professionalism towards marksmanship. It's where it all started. In addition to those, I am also certified by the National Rifle Association to instruct pistol, shotgun, rifle, concealed carry and wear, defensive pistol. I'm a chief range safety officer with the National Rifle Association. I'm also a range safety officer aboard Marine Corps Base Quantico. In addition to that, I am a shooting enthusiast. I do it because it makes me smile. I love to lay in the dirt and shoot really big guns a really long way and hit really small things. It's kind of, it's where I get my 12-sided dice and I can nerd out and just tinker with the little things. So it makes me smile. Oh, I'm flashing my creds.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. Yeah, Mark. Once Marcus gets the binging,
it's funny because we're gonna get there in a minute. The weirdest thing for me, after I go through that, is to then turn and look at people and be like, guys, I am not your normal everyday NRA instructor that you're going to meet on the street. And I think, Boo, I hope you can attest to that.
No, I can definitely attest to that. And so with that being said, for the flip side of it, tell the people how we know each other, how we met. Give a little backstory on it.
I was not born here, but I was definitely raised here. I lived at 13th and Fairmont in 1984 when it was not really cool to live in Columbia Heights as the only white kid on the block. Not that, yeah, dude, I was white boy Drew for sure.
Hashtag white boy Drew, Marcus.
All of that being said, I actually left the DMV in 94 to join the Marine Corps. But my last 2 years, I was stationed at Quantico. While I was there, I moved back in with my girlfriend at 14th and Wallach, basically a block behind Polly's old place on U Street. So once I came back into the city, I started bartending at Bedrock Billiards in Adams Morgan. I worked there for 10 years. I helped open the Reef Restaurant in Adams Morgan and ran that place for 7 years. I helped open Church Key down on 14th Street. I was the opening general manager at Meridian Pint in Columbia Heights. I went on to run Brooklyn Pint over in Brooklands. And then from there, I started bartending at the Anthem. And I also am currently bartending up at Midlands in Parkview. Nice. So Boo and I go back. We've known each other for 22, 23 years now.
Yeah.
Way back in the day in Adams Morgan. So I know all those rats.
So feel free to tell any story you want to tell about Boo.
I know
we got stories, bro. We used to go to we used to tailgate. Drew was
I was in charge of the Redskins tailgate crew back in the day.
Bleeding burgundy and gold, dude. Yeah. This is the tip of the spear, dude. This was the point man for sure.
Hey, Drew, somebody has a question for you.
What you got?
Where do you host?
Where do I host classes? I teach classes everywhere. Generally speaking, I teach a basics of pistol class in Falls Church at the American Legion every Saturday. I teach either a variation of rifle, shotgun, and range safety officer at the VFW in McLean on Sundays. But I am completely mobile, flexible. I can teach anywhere. I'm licensed to carry firearms in the district. I'm licensed to carry firearms in Virginia. So yeah, I can teach you anywhere you need to go.
And we'll be flashing.
I can teach you is a different story, and I'm sure we're going to get into that.
Yeah, and we'll be flashing Drew's creds. Yeah. Actually, Marcus, you want to throw that up there? Yeah, dude. So so Drew and I, we met in the bars. We are brothers.
I've known Boo longer than I've known my wife. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Which one? Who do you like more?
And his wife and I are both godparents to a mutual friend's kid. So
that's true.
If something happens to them, y'all are gonna have to take care of the kid because I can't. I can barely handle these two.
I can barely take care of myself. I'm just blessed to have Karen.
It's Drew, 3 girls and three females and a cat.
Oh Jesus Christ! You think he's kidding? I had to buy a male cat just so I could have another dick
just
in
to balance out. Right on.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So Yeah, safe words. Safe words.
Safe words.
Yeah. My safe word. Oh shit. My safe word's gonna be Friday. I'm just gonna go. I'm going out there. I pulled a verbal Kent. I just literally looked down at this piece of paper over here, and it was the first thing I saw.
So you did what I do. You did what I do every week.
I pulled a Marcus.
Attaboy. As I look around the room trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
I just pulled mine. Mine's going to be Darth Vader.
Well, it could be only we don't usually do proper names. It's got to be.
It has to be one word.
One word. Vader. Well, I'll allow it. Your guess.
Vader.
Mine will be Yoda.
Oh,
I guess that's
I'm in the right room.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. We're letting Vader ride. We'll let Yoda ride. And you threw up the baby too. So, like, how are we going to hate on that? Like, there's a poster of the child hanging up in my living room. Like, with that kind of. This is the household I live in.
I mean, how cute is this little guy?
Dude, he changed the world.
Yeah, no.
He changed the world. The world was looking like a really dark, fucked up place for a minute, and then this little ray
and then light, all of a sudden, like
this little ray of light popped up out of this pod, and we were all like, you felt the world just take this collective gasp of like, and I needed it. It was at a time we didn't know how bad we needed Baby Yoda till they gave him to us. Like, and if something had happened to him, we would have all been out in the streets just fucking burning.
Oh, look at that face.
He's eating fucking baby eggs, and you're like, you shouldn't do
like,
that.
Everybody, it's so cute. Look at him.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, glad he uses his powers for good, man.
What up, Greg?
For now,
Greg.
Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Greg, your baby is like a tiny little doll baby. Like the pictures that you post of your baby, I can't take it.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. My word is sanitizer.
Oh,
wow, we've all Kaiser Soze'd today.
Yeah, and
you've all pasteurized chefed it.
Yeah, so everybody here has been poked at least once, and getting poked a second time. I'm not next Saturday, the Saturday after.
Friday.
Nice.
When's mine? Mine is the 29th of April, I think.
2 more
weeks.
Is it just me? Like, they say that like there's a distribution problem in DC, but I feel like I'm hearing more people getting it than having.
As of tomorrow, everybody's eligible. 16 and above. Everybody will be eligible for the. You just have to pre-register.
Yeah, the dumb shit I heard about DC was that like CVS and Walgreens and Giant Pharmacy were all told to stop vaccinating people. And they were like, "We've got vaccines. We're part of this federal program." Grubs down in Southeast has been trying to like vaccinate people for a fucking week, and they're like, "No, you can't because it's not through like the DC.gov website."
Dude, that's so dumb.
Put that shit in people's arms,
like,
dude.
just stick me, bro. I'll
right? Just do it.
Where do I sign?
Ooh,
this guy's
Nike.
I don't fucking care. Like, yo, Greg, I'm okay. By the way, the poking was consensual. He was worried about me. I just wanted.
I kind of scammed my way. I scammed my way into a vaccination.
Well, Marcus, don't put that out in public.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. Apparently, if you live in a rural area or a red district, you can just walk in and get it because the average people in those areas and of that demographic are not doing it.
Well, so one of our friends drove down to North Carolina to get her shot because she found out that like there's a county that can't get people to get vaccinated. So they just had all these open appointments and she just drove down there and they didn't care. They didn't care where you were from.
Right.
They just had all these vaccinations. Yeah.
An entire county of people that are just like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure they're not the only one. It's just that's the one that we're aware of. I
wish I lived in a world where I could be surprised or disappointed by shit like that. Well, I am disappointed, but like,
but not surprised.
Not surprised at all.
No.
Not surprised.
No.
No surprise. Anyway, so we were gonna talk about. I'm gonna bitch about this fucking Gates douchebag because he's fucking fun, and then we're gonna talk about white people problems. Apparently, there was a what was it? There was a rally.
Oh, White Lives Matter.
There was a rally for the melanin impaired, and shit, Marcus, damn you. Yeah, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We got more cops fucking up, man, just fucking up, and then some more sad news, some more shooting shit. That's was where we're gonna let Drew really fucking go to town on y'all. And then we're gonna talk about DMX, and apparently some other dude in England died too. But
yeah, fuck that dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone else.
If you're into that type of shit,
he looks like the Tales from the Crypt guy. So fuck him.
Dude, no, my man. One of my friends posted a picture of the dude from Phantasm. You gotta pull that up, Marcus. Bing that shit. The old man from Phantasm. It's like if the old man from Phantasm and a Skeksis had a baby, like the Skeksis from the Dark Crystal, those fucking vulture people, yeah, that type of shit. Yeah, all right. So before we go all crazy and ham into that shit, we want to thank everybody that is rocking with us. What? Greg, I'm not paying attention to the comments. You're messing with me. Yeah, follow us, like us on Facebook and Instagram, District of Misfits Show, on Twitter at DC Misfits, on YouTube, the District of Misfits Show, Twitch, District of Misfits, and go to crushingdc.com and purchase some of our wares and support us. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get on this. So professional howdy doody mannequin and all around knuckle dragging, my dad owns a dealership looking scumbag representative Matt Gaetz. I talked about him last week. He is being investigated for sex trafficking, transporting, paying for underage girls to travel across state lines to meet him in hotel rooms and have sexual relations with him. And last week we played his amazing interview with Tucker Carlson, where he had Tucker making that face that he makes where like he accidentally sat on someone's dildo and
accidentally.
I don't want to fetish shame anybody, but like he definitely has the like, oh my God, I can't even really imitate it. It's hard. Like there's a level of bitch assness to it that I just can't emulate. And he has these extra bitch ass muscles in his face. I think they're like, let him do that. But yeah, so in further developments, he's had a couple of his staffers, his spokesperson quit. A couple of his staffers have quit. His buddy Joel Greenberg has decided to flip, which is what I predicted he would do last week, and plead not guilty. And while I was doing some research for this, I found this one fucking article where I guess when they were trying to bring homeboy in, he claimed to have explosives.
What, Greenberg did?
Yeah, like, I don't know where I don't know why the fucking link didn't. Yeah, why is this not working? Fuck. Damn you, technology.
Damn you.
Wait. Okay, here we go. I still have the article pulled up. So, the Tampa Bay Times. And this article is from the 6th, updated on the 6th. Former Seminole County tax collector Joel Greenberg claimed to have explosive devices and threatened to harm himself while negotiating his surrender with deputy sheriffs in early March, which delayed for hours his arrest after violating his bond conditions, newly released records state. When the cops arrived at his home at 9:20 p.m. on March 2nd, the former county tax collector initially said via phone that he would exit his home after a short period of time, but at that time came and went. During subsequent phone negotiations, he made suicidal comments, stating at various times that he would take pills, utilize firearms, and that he had improvised explosive devices. Granite Road. So this is a dude who, if you're willing to do this to keep them for fucking taking you in, that guy is going to sing.
Flip.
He's already flipped. He's gonna sing. He is
all the way.
Like he about to get his opera on. And on top of that, Gates got busted sending money to this dude via Cash App. Or was it Venmo? Sorry, I want to get my facts straight. But yeah, that was like the hot story of the fucking week. It was like, yeah, they were sending, Greenberg was sending the money to the girls under marking it for tuition for school.
Yeah. Stupid motherfuckers.
For school, like, you might as well had marked that shit for Lunchables.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like for hula hoops and Buster Browns. That's still a thing.
Get creative, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And so what I really love is the sweet irony is that this dude is, he's a Trumper. Like, he's a Trumper, and like, of all the people, the Republicans have washed their hands of him except for shitty Marjorie fucking 3 names. And Jim Jordan, who's a whole nother fucking problem. Jim with the JYM problem. But this dude, he got denied. He got denied a meeting with Trump.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So this was on
wait, today?
This came out today. This came out today via CNN. Representative Matt Gaetz, who's facing federal investigation into sex trafficking allegations, was recently denied a meeting with Donald Trump at his Mar-a-Lago estate as the ex-president and his allies continue to distance themselves from the Florida congressman.
He does, Carl. He does.
And he had a whole thing where he was like, I'm going to quit politics and become a pundit on Fox News. Fox News was like, no, you're not.
Right. And OAN.
Like, nuh-uh. And OAN. And what's that other one? Newsmax. They were all like,
no, motherfucker.
So this is great. This is the fucking, like, maybe this is the Trumper palate cleanser that we all needed. Somebody needed to get in trouble. If Devin Nunes, if Ted Cruz, if Jim Jordan, if none of these fucking assholes get in trouble for anything, Matt Gaetz is the only one who fucking goes down in flames, I'm almost willing to take that. I'm
okay with that
as a consolation.
I mean, because like we were talking about this last week. I mean, you could tell the drug use.
Show from his DUI, show his DUI picture, and then show like some recent shit of him. Like, this is a dude that has definitely been pre-Molly, post-Molly. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. We see you. Yo, and the dude was showing naked pictures of women on the floor of Congress. Come the fuck on.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Come the fuck
Well, dude,
on.
When your leader says, it's locker room talk, fuck, what do you expect?
Yo, but when your leader's like, nah, dude, like, I mean,
have you seen some of the pictures of Trump and Ivanka?
You know you're a dick when Trump thinks you're a dick.
Oh, he doesn't.
When
think
Trump's
he's
like,
dick. He's just covering his ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little surprised, to be honest. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I mean, this could be one of those things where, 50-50. Like, who knew? Actually, honestly, after Trump got elected, I do believe that anything is possible. So the fact that Trump would distance himself from this fine example of humanity. Yeah, that's
this person of good repute. Oh shit!
I like the young picture of him.
Oh fucking god! This is a dude who definitely got his ass kicked a lot at the polo club.
Polo,
like, dude. Oh my god!
Drugs.
He's the one they sent on all the fucking beer runs. He's the one that, you know why he's probably totally down with paying for, and I'm, hey, shout out to sex workers. That's real work.
I love sex workers.
They deserve respect. But I can totally believe that in his circle growing up, he was the dude that had to pay for all the hookers. Like, yo, if you want to hang out with us, bro, you're gonna have to fucking bring some entertainment. I could totally see him being that kind of dude, and he just took that same energy into Congress.
I'm taking.
How long until Gates says hello? Thank you, Michael. So he's like, how long until someone says Gates is a Antifa plant? Oh shit. Oh man. Y'all heard he's got an Antifa tramp stamp.
Oh, I believe it.
Right.
If you were gonna have a tramp stamp, what would you have?
No. Whoa, man. That's like
if you had one, what would it be?
Vader.
If you had one, well, I mean, Marcus, I think mine would be pretty obvious.
And Drew, if you're calling Vader now, you're in shitty night.
Don't worry, I'm not afraid.
This guy comes with instructions.
Oh, that would be Carl. That's Carl's tramp stamp.
Oh my God. So yeah, while Drew and I were, what happened to Val? What did you do to Val, Marcus?
I didn't touch the motherfucker.
She had to go. She had to tinkle.
I guess
our studio doesn't have a bathroom, so sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
We got trees, motherfucker.
I mean, Val's not doing it behind a tree. She'll fall down the hill.
This is. And it's rained all week, so it's slippery.
It's all slippery, and there's ivy. She'd never make it. She would just get in her car and leave.
She wouldn't be able to walk back to the car. She'd be down in the mud pit.
She wouldn't come back on the show. What happened to Val? You hear from her like tomorrow. Oh shit. So yeah, that fucking guy. I'm looking forward to seeing how this whole
I want him to crash and I want him to crash and burn. When you see at the women's thing that he spoke at, he's like, I've been having a lot of Republican or a lot of support this week, and all he names is the weird dude,
Jim Jordan. Yeah,
Jim Jordan and Marjorie. That's it. He names those two.
Yeah. He didn't even say he had the support of Trump.
No, he just said those two. I've had a lot of support. And
think about it. He's down there in Florida to have this, to be a speaker at this thing. He tried to call
everybody.
Scrotus. Trump. I still call him Scrotus. I think it's still okay to call Trump Scrotus because the dude probably still does think he's the so-called ruler of the United States.
Oh, he does. Everybody thinks of them.
So I think Scrotus is still a legitimate name for him. But can you just imagine Gates just being like straight to voicemail?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
is your phone turned on? Who dis?
New phone. Who dis?
So, like, SNL said it best. They were like, who's going to be the next name they name? Would it be like the ghost of fucking Jeffrey fucking
The
Epstein?
ghost of Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, that's funny. Man, you know what? I think I might. I don't know. I might feel totally different about this in the morning when I sober up. But I might start following him on Twitter for now, just to see
his rants.
I mean, the juice probably won't be worth the squeeze.
Never is
at the end. But you never know.
Speaking of Twitter, you know how like when they banned Trump and everything, everybody was like, "Oh, that's gonna be the end of the company," and everybody left. All the like right wing people left. They are up like 17% since
Twitter's more profitable than ever because they got rid of
17%. They're up 17%.
Woo, these fuckers are gone. Let's make some money now.
And they're rising every day. So,
and I mean, you know what, dude? Minus the fact that, like, okay, I follow a lot of leftists on Twitter. Leftists love to fight with. They love to fight. They fight with liberals. They fight with conservatives. They fight with each other. And so, minus that aspect of Twitter, my Twitter experience is pretty fucking good, dude. Like, and I think it's because there's less retweeting of all this fucking crazy shit. Yeah. Marcus, what's up, dude? You look like I don't even know. You're looking about to give us your list of demands again. Getting a sense of deja vu, man. Like,
I'm working.
You do it, dude. You do it. You queuing up a video for us?
I'm trying to find something about the left and the right.
Something about the left and the right. Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Leftists, if you're watching me, stop fighting with each other. It's brutal. We're never going to get anywhere. Never going to get anywhere. It's so brutal. I mean, capitalism, bad. We all agree.
Sure.
But all of y'all are like, yeah, it's cutting each other off at the knees. It's no bueno. Anyways, yeah, less noise from bot accounts. That's right, dude. I feel like there's been a significant decrease in bot activity. Although, I'll tell you what, if you tweet some critical shit about like certain people, if you criticize Kamala, like they'll come after you. Her people are relentless. K-Hive is no joke. Like they have, like everybody's got nicknames. Everybody's talking about Bernie Bros, and there's Biden Bros. There's the K-Hive. Like everybody's got like,
that's really
everybody's fans have like some kind of nickname. There's like a whole thing there's a whole campaign against AOC because AOC has sold out depending on who you talk to.
I mean, get over it. I mean, all politicians sell out. They're going to sell out. I'm sorry.
Bernie's I've always been of we don't worship. It's okay to want to policies. I agree with your policies.
That's how you get shit done. That's how you get shit done.
I agree with your policies. Therefore, you can have my vote. And while, yes, I was enthusiastic about Bernie on a certain level, he's not above reproach. He's not above criticism. And I tried to do everything I could to let that be known when people are like, oh, fucking Bernie Bros. I'm like, I'm not Bernie Bro. Like, I'm just left of you. That's all. And I think that we should all be able to have a home and go to the hospital without going bankrupt. Call me crazy.
I mean, that's insane, Boo.
Call
Insanity.
Me nuts. I just don't want you to, be homeless because you got cancer. Anyways, moving right along. So, yeah, in other news, there was a rally in some wait, why is this not coming up as a link, Val? You posted it in the thing, but it's not.
I did. I think you have to hold, please.
Hold, please.
I know why. Why don't you guys ask me?
Marcus, why? Because you didn't do the notes?
No, because when you put a link into the Google Drive, you gotta push.
Yeah.
Space bar.
There you go.
Boom, bitch.
Oh well, why don't you?
Marcus wins.
Hold, please.
Broken clock. No, I'm kidding, dude. You do good work, Marcus. You do good work.
There you go. Is it working?
Oh, it's a thing.
Anyway, there was a very poor turnout at the White Lives Matter rally.
You don't say.
Carl, you have no fucking idea. That's their flyer?
Yes, that's what I found.
That is some Uberman fucking very subtle. That is Nazi. A very subtle white supremacist ass looking.
Right? His nice little chin he's got going on there.
It's chiseled.
The chiseled jawline.
Chiseled.
So
that's a man.
What are that? What was the turnout?
So I mean, it was supposed to be all over the country, and they were like,
nobody told me. Drew, did you get the invite?
No,
I didn't get the invite.
Of course, so according to this article, this is from NBC News. They said that in semi-private encrypted chats that neo-Nazis and other far-right extremists plan dozens of rallies in cities on Sunday to promote, whatever they were promoting. But they were hyping it. The organizers were hyping it as these events would make the world tremble.
Well,
so in New York, there was one that was supposed to be held at Trump Tower in New York City, right? There was one person that showed up. One.
Wait, the one Nazi in New York City. I'm gonna show you, motherfuckers.
It's the same as the counter protesters who were, remember, on inauguration day, there were all these counter protesters that were supposed to be going on. There's the one there. I forget where it was, but there's that one place where the only person who showed up was a counter protester. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, in DC, they had everything on lockdown, so you weren't coming to counter protest.
Oh no, this wasn't here. This was like in another city somewhere.
So, like, the only person that showed up was the person countering the counter.
Oh, so the people throwing the shit didn't even show up.
Yeah, no one showed up to the rally. The only person who showed up was a counter protester.
How are you going to hold a rally? You made flyers. You made flyers and you didn't even come, bro. For real? You paid for flyers and you didn't even show.
Premature ejaculation, man.
That is, I mean, you know what? I'm all for it. I'm here for it. Maybe these fucking motherfuckers blew their wad, like, you know, they're just waiting for the, you know, what do they call it? Your recidivism.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Val, for knowing what that was.
Yes, recidivism. I knew that from like psychology,
I just need a few months, baby. I'll be back. I swear. So
in Raleigh, North Carolina, a small crowd of Antifa and anti-racist protesters gathered where the rally was supposed to be planned, and they marched around downtown with this like big sign that said, "We accept your surrender."
Bro, I tell you what, man. I tell you what, if you are within the sound of my fucking voice, the next time these motherfuckers plan an event in DC, COVID be damned, my kids be damned. Not my kids be damned, but like I was like, I don't want to get arrested. I got to think about my kids. But I'm like, we need to actually fucking show the fuck up the next time these motherfuckers come to town.
Yeah.
Like, we need to stop talking about it. We need to start being about. I literally. This last summer, I was like, I know I'm gonna get in trouble. I don't want to get COVID. Blah blah blah. I will be vaccinated by the time the next motherfucker decides they want to fucking roll through here.
So
do we have a party? Let's do it like we used to do in the 90s when, like, dude, when the Klan would march in DC and there would be like 30 of them and there'd be like 300 fucking counter protesters. Like, we need to get back to that ratio.
We should start a group like the counter protest activists of DC or some shit like that.
Facebook will fucking flag us for some bullshit.
I mean, we don't need a Facebook.
I'm into it. Yeah, you know, I mean, I only know how to operate in the world of the social media that's provided for me. Like, I just, you know, I'm allergic to mailing lists, and you know, I'm the asshole that'll tell you, like, yo, sign my mailing list, but like, I'm allergic to them. I hate them. I
sign up to fucking get off on them. Like,
we can 100% just like start like a Facebook page, like a private Facebook.
Yeah, let's everybody keep your fucking eyes and ears open, and the next time they're talking about Proud Boys coming to DC or whatever, let's greet them.
We know at least one of them.
We can we know at least one. Well, Val hopefully be busy. He'll be disposed when the next time that shit comes around.
He might be in jail, but currently we do have one.
So who's yelling? Why is our social media yelling at us in the comments?
How come everybody's saying no?
No, okay. Look at the people. So when I answer questions, it goes from every fucking
account. Interesting.
Interesting.
Well, in that case. These people are fucking crazy, and like, fuck them, you know. Let's just fucking get rid of them.
It's a lot of people that have never been punched in the face before. They have that energy. So much of that I've never like it, because I mean, like, for better or for worse, getting your fucking reality checked, it's good for the soul. Like, and just you can totally tell, as somebody, we've all worked in bars, you totally know when that motherfucker comes in with that I ain't never been punched in the face before energy, and you're just like,
I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out.
You're like, and we're just gonna change that for today.
You ain't never gotten a taste of the bass. I can see it. I can taste
of the bass.
You've never had the taste leave your mouth before, have you? So
I gotta wear a helmet if we go to these events. So
yeah. Oh yes, Marcus.
I I get hit.
Marcus has. Well, here's the thing, Marcus. You got to be more of a you got to play more of a support role. We can't necessarily have you on the front lines.
I got to put like a football helmet on and guard.
You take care of the camera.
Yeah, Marcus. You could be our documentarian because you're a white dude. Just don't come up. Just don't show up with no fucking weird colored hair.
Right.
You got to come
cover it up. You know.
Right. Yeah. Just. Well, I don't know. Marcus fucking magenta locks peeking out from under the hat. He's definitely catching a rubber bullet.
This is facts, Marcus.
Bubble suit. All right, can we get a crowdfund? Can we get a crowdfund going together for Marcus's bubble suit? Hashtag bubble suit Marcus. Shit. Yeah, you know what? Shout out to Freedom Fighters DC. They are out there every fucking day that they can doing the Lord's work. And yeah, of course, BLM Plaza is always going to be where the action is. Like, they are always doing good
Freedom Fighters are friends of ours, so shout out to them.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a short break. Marcus, you want to queue up a video, and while you do that, I will do our quick call to action. We really, really appreciate you all watching. And would love it if you haven't already to like and share this show on your favorite podcast streaming platforms. On Facebook and Instagram, we are the District of Misfits Show. On Twitter, at DC Misfits. On YouTube, the District of Misfits Show. And on Twitch, District of Misfits. And stop by crushingdc.com. You can purchase something like this 5-panel hat, which I'm a super big fan of. I have never rocked one of these before. And
they're dope, yeah.
I mean, I need to get the army green one before, nice. But because some of this stuff is going to be gone soon. We're about to switch up our whole interface, so you should get on there now because certain items will not be available. Chances are post haste, y'all. Do not delay. And we know some of y'all are unemployed and struggling. We understand, so
but when this world opens back up, motherfuckers, buy some shit.
Yeah.
Please and thank you. Please and thank you.
So, Marcus, what do you got lined up for us? We're going to play a video so that we can refresh our beverages and tinkle, and then we're going to come back. And
what is this video that we will be watching?
This is going to be one of the biggest songs of the late 90s. It kind of puts somebody on the map and who is a fallen legend. Yeah,
we're going to talk later on about it in the show, but in the meantime, get yourself a little bit of the
Come and get him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Wow. Nice.
What happened? That was
it was. I mean, I literally just was like, let's do this. And he cut. And I was like, oh, shit. Thanks.
Yeah, Val doesn't pay attention to the pre-show meetings.
Gosh, Val.
It just seemed abrupt. It seemed like an abrupt, like.
We haven't mastered the art of the fade yet. It's coming. Marcus hasn't mastered the art of the fade.
I didn't do the fade on purpose. So.
All right.
But yeah, and for some of y'all that are out there, we know DMX, he had his issues. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, but we still wanted to come on, that fucking John.
Whatever. That's just
it's on slams. So so back to shit. Thank you all for kicking it with us at the District of Misfits show. And next on our little list of things, we got more problems with our boys in blue. We had a story this week in Virginia, aka the Commonwealth, where a lieutenant, an army medic, somebody with letters after his name, papers and everything, was detained and assaulted by police officers. He's suing the Virginia State Police for violating his civil rights, which, these dudes had their body cams on and were completely just okay with how they were rolling. Marcus, if you have that video queued up.
I do.
Let's drop that little ditty and talk about it, break it down.
Hold please.
Okay.
car. Get out of the car now. You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Get out.
Yeah, you should be. Get out. Get out.
Get out the car.
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for. You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me. I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on. What's going? Hold on. Up to you. Why am I being treated like this? Why?
What account got blocked?
Don't yell at me.
Are you two okay?
We're fine.
I mean,
Yeah, so that video is very triggering.
Was that the whole thing?
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah.
Okay. Drew, you're a guest on here. We're gonna let you have a first crack at this. Like, what do you think of this?
There's a ton of shit wrong with it. You know, I'm also, as I told you guys earlier, a former Marine, so as a serviceman, as a veteran, that disturbs the shit out of me, especially because there's a part of this video that isn't shown in what we just put up. That was the lieutenant saying, I am serving this country, I'm in uniform, and one of the cops comes back at him and goes, I was a veteran too. You should know how to follow an order.
Wow.
But
See,
It's fucked up.
Yeah, there's another part of this, though. Those guys actually aren't Virginia State troopers. They're local cops to the town that he was arrested in, which is like a little podunk-ass town with like 3,000 people in it. So, like, when you think of some hillbilly-ass Southern Virginia redneck cops, we just saw them.
All right, my bad, Virginia State cops.
But the entire time, like, I've seen the entire video, and homeboy was smart. The lieutenant was smart. He set his own camera up on his dashboard. So he was also filming it. And the entire time, you know, when you come back at it, they were like, put your hands out of the car. And he puts his hands out of the car. And then they're like, now open the car and get out. But to do that, he has to use his hands to open it and then come back in and reach for his seatbelt. Well, dude, that's the moment that any one of these cops is going to be like, he's going for a gun. And they're going to shoot his ass. So he was actually really fucking smart to not do anything and make them drag him out like that, dude.
Yeah, you're right. I noticed that. Yeah.
This is just another bullshit example of how people are being treated, man. And this is why people are pissed off. And this is why this whole shit, you know, has gone on too long, you know?
And I mean, like, you sit here, you want to, like, let's just talk about training. Let's just talk about training. Like, when this dude takes these motherfuckers to court, if I was his lawyer, I would be like, let's just talk about training. Officers, the fact that, like, yeah, his license plate was taped up in the back of the fucking window.
Sure.
So the officers are either complete morons,
right,
for not seeing that one thing. If it was about his license plate, if it was about his plates, and you know, well, we didn't see them in the place where we're used to seeing them on the bumper, but you have it taped up inside because it's a temporary tag or whatever. Like, for you to miss something that fucking obvious, like, you should lose your badge. So just at the very, very basic, like, you should, like, you did all of this because you couldn't just stop and take a second. And so we know that that's not the fucking situation. That's not why that fucking happened.
So the crazy thing about this is I actually read an article about this. And while I can't speak with 100% accuracy, I feel safe summarizing and kind of paraphrasing. At the end of this thing, they were basically saying that, in my opinion, what happened here is these cops fucked up. They knew they fucked up. And at the end of this shit, they tried to cover their ass by being like, okay, well, look, we don't want to fuck your career up with double jeopardy and have you get in trouble with your command too. So we're going to fucking let you go. But don't ever do this shit again. And he's like, and this lieutenant's like, you're a fucking asshole and I'm coming after you. And rightfully fucking so. Because this is a situation like we've all seen in a bar before, where the bouncer gets up in somebody's face, fucking realizes he does the wrong thing and did some shit that he wasn't supposed to, but yet I can't lose face in front of you kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what this is, except these motherfuckers have badges and guns.
And I mean, honestly, dude, if he hadn't been in uniform,
oh, dude,
oh my fuck, him being in uniform might have been the only fucking thing that saved him.
Yeah,
it really did. Yeah, that's
it could have.
that.
Like that uniform was legitimately, and and I think just the way that the dude carried himself, because he wasn't ever disrespectful.
He was compliant.
He was compliant.
Right.
He was very aware and very lucid about his situation, and he knew his fucking rights. He was never, I didn't hear an aggressive tone, from that. But like, had he not been in uniform, who fucking knows how much worse that situation would have got. My bad for saying it was Virginia State Police. It's just because they didn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they done some rotten fucking shit too. So whatever.
I meant more to the fact that like these are some like local small town cops. You know what I'm saying? Not the Virginia State Police.
I mean, dude, I had a time. I got pulled over in Berryville, and if it weren't for the fact that the first cop on the scene went to high school with Henry Rollins, and I just happened to be playing. I happened to be playing in a punk band. Like, we were leaving this venue, we had like this show completely disintegrate, and we were on our way out. And the owner had called the cops on us. And when we got to the gas station at the center of town, we got pulled over. And the cop was like, "So, like, where y'all coming from?" I'm like, we're punk band. We're leaving this gig because the owner's racist and doesn't want black people there. And so he's like, "Oh, what kind of music? Like Bad Brains?" And we're like, "Oh shit, this cop knows Bad Brains." And he's like, "Oh, it's a high school with Henry Garfield." And we're like, "Oh yeah," and all these other meathead cops fucking rolled up on the scene, and he was like, "Oh," and he was like, "I got this, it's cool." And he like
sometimes that'll be the thing that saves the day, dude.
He sent them down the road where they like assaulted everybody else that was on the fucking scene. Like it was stupid. But yeah, punk rock and the right cop kept me from spending the night in Berryville. Fuck Berryville, Virginia, by the way. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. So yeah, all right. And so yeah, I hope this dude gets some fucking justice, man. Like this just is just that shit's just bananas, man. And then there was another. What was the story in Tacoma Park? Yes. Val,
two guys had gotten shot in Tacoma Park. They were allegedly attempting to steal a car. An off-duty Pentagon cop told them to cease and desist. They tried to run away. He claims that they tried to run him over, but the pathology shows that they were shot in the back. So clearly they were not trying to run him over.
Wait, were they in a car when
they were shot? It appears that they were not in the car.
He's like, they tried to run me over. Like, that's not even a good lie.
Think about the story. How you got to come up with better stories.
Not even, man. I cannot believe who they are giving fucking badges and guns to.
So he's been charged with second-degree murder.
That's a good thing.
And like Tacoma Park, like they're all fucking up in arms. They're like, the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, I mean Park is fairly progressive,
If DC, Maryland, and Virginia as a whole is a blue area, Tacoma Park is probably the bluest it gets.
Yes.
Like I grew up in Tacoma Park, Silver Spring, and they had Tree City, USA. It's like they were dubbed a nuclear free. They was declared a nuclear free zone. Like they were always. So yeah, I can.
So let's blow this guy up. His name is Officer David Hall Dixon. Is his name? He was off duty at the time of the shooting.
Oh wait, quick. Do we get shut down?
Yeah, we did, but I'm getting us back up.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I texted one of our friends who's been watching. He said he's still watching.
Okay. Cool.
I think we're okay.
I think that they'll block the video that we played.
We'll have to remove that video. Yeah.
Well, what's going on now is I'm removing it and sending the feed back out.
We're breaking the law.
So what's the guy's name? David Hall what?
David Hall Dixon. Of course, he has 3 names.
No relation.
No relation to that.
As far as I know.
So he's facing 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of use of a handgun and commission of a felony, and reckless endangerment in connection with the shooting deaths of one Dominic Williams of Hyattsville and James Lionel Johnson of District Heights.
All right,
So
I found him.
he's also facing attempted second-degree murder and use of a handgun, in assault of Michael Thomas, who was the driver of the vehicle. I mean, and you said
there he is.
Wow.
I like his eyebrows.
That's David Dixon.
Yep.
David Hall Dixon.
David Hall.
Definitely no relation. Definitely no relation.
So Drew, you had mentioned that he's also been arrested in the past, or he's had
I think it was actually because of this and because of what happened. They were showing his picture, but another previous case came up where apparently he brandished a shotgun in a woman's face in the lobby of their apartment like a while ago.
Yeah,
So,
like he said something about he thought that she was homeless or something. He was just like being like she wasn't doing really anything.
Yeah.
Wrong.
So, reading the CNN link, the driver of the car Dixon allegedly shot into drove to PG County Hospital, where staff determined that the 2 passengers were dead. So, man, it's great. Investigators found inconsistencies in Dixon's description of what happened in reviewing surveillance video and other evidence, according to the documents. So, like, yeah,
inconsistency.
The investigation showed that Dixon fired his weapon multiple times after the vehicle passed him and no longer presented an immediate threat that would have justified the use of deadly force.
At least he wasn't white this time.
Oh, I mean, I guess our
team needs some saving fucking grace here because we're fucking shooting motherfuckers.
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was picturing a white guy.
Oh, why wouldn't you?
Like,
I hear shooting. The first thing I think is fucking crazy white guy. I mean,
like a white dude with the last name Dixon. I'm like,
I mean, if it fucking quacks like a duck,
I'm like, maybe there is some. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, that's really fucked up. Apologies.
It is fucked up. It is fucked up.
And
this guy, like you said, Drew, earlier in our pre-production, like he should have been off the fucking streets before with his other incident.
With the shotgun thing.
Yeah. And
all right. Brandishing a weapon is a felony, regardless of who does it.
Right.
So wait, we're live again, right? I gotta.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun getting in trouble with Facebook. We got in trouble for playing that DMX video.
Oh.
Yeah. They told us
and also it was a clean video.
They told us to stop, drop. And opened up shop. And they were like, oh no.
Oh no, you can't do that. No.
No. They hit us with the Matumbo.
Those commercials were great.
No.
Not in this house.
I still laugh every time I watch that commercial.
Dude, the Geico one? It's a Geico commercial, right?
I think it's a Geico one. He's like, no, and then he like slaps the cereal out of that kid's hand.
Dude, the best. I don't forget who the fuck tells. There's the urban legend. There's the urban legend. Hey, what up, B? There's the urban legend of the house party in Georgetown where like the Kembe comes downstairs and is like, who wants to sex the Kembe? I was like, I hope if that story's even
what?
I'm like, who?
Love him.
I mean, he's probably got a big old Matumbo dick.
Okay, Marcus.
Really? Seriously?
Wow. Shit.
Excuse me, Marcus.
What?
Oh, Friday.
Yeah, what's mine? What?
Friday.
Oh,
Dude,
Yoda.
You know what? How about this? We're gonna start doing penalty drinks for people when they forget their safe words. I'm gonna call it
every show.
It's the Ian clause. the Ian/safe word clause. Ian, if you're watching out there, shout out to you. But yeah, if you forget your safe word, you definitely need to take a
Let's do a shot for that. Here's a shot for getting banned.
Or finish my Beverall.
For getting in shrubs.
Red Solo Cup. I fill you up.
Marcus, did you just have a
Marcus,
sunshine? He just had a Brady Bunch.
Marcus, drink for singing. Oh, shit, I'm gonna treat this like a game of asshole.
I was just thinking,
everyone just drink.
So I'm drinking I'm drinking Pedialyte with vodka and a little bit of Mad Dog. So I'm good.
No, you're not.
Why? And why would you admit it?
Yes,
why would you?
He's trying to get ahead of the hangover.
Pushing the hangover in advance.
I mean, hey, guys, this is me. I'm the Rumpelstiltskin of fucking booze.
Oh my God, he's totally making gold out of straw, motherfucker.
When I was in the Marine Corps, dude, when I was in the Corps, we used to have our corpsmen shoot us up with IVs in the morning before we PT'd to make us feel good.
Yeah.
I could see that.
A friend of mine, I dated a girl who was a nurse, and she's like, anytime she went out and hung out with me, she would always have to go in the next day and like get fucking shot up with IVs. And she's like,
yeah,
fucking good.
Oh, you know what? I dated a nurse too. She definitely was like, yeah, one time I went into work early so I could lay down the saline drip.
My friend who worked in the Army, he was an Army medic. And he said he used to do it all the time. He used to just like the IV drip, the saline drip, he'd like just roll it into everybody whenever they were hung over.
What if you're in a rush? What if you're in a rush though? I'm like, can I get a saline enema? Is there just some way you just hydrate me rectally or something?
I feel like that's the same as the drip. I mean,
can you buy the saline? Can I go to Amazon and buy it?
I mean, couldn't you go?
Let's not encourage.
I'm gonna look it up.
No.
I'm gonna start mixing saline.
I'm
gonna mix saline with vodka, and a splash of something.
Marcus, I just don't.
It's the same thing.
I've got a bad feeling about this, Marcus. Yeah, I think you should just drink vodka and Pedialyte. Wouldn't that work? Just use Pedialyte as your mixer. And some soda water, throw some bubbles in there.
I mean, you're saying that he like
so the
he's
bubbles
never done it before.
The bubbles could be my Alka-Seltzer.
Dude, drop an emergency in that shit.
The bubbles. Wait, are we still talking? How are we receiving this? Which orifice are we taking this in? Or are we going
either one? I'll take it. I'll take it.
You can't put emergency in a fucking saline drip. That's just not it.
You also can't put it up your asshole. Please stop. Let's not even.
You could.
It might not do anything.
It's a free country, Val. Like, you can't tell people what they can't put in their butts. Like,
you absolutely could do it.
I found it. Saline drip IV kit on Amazon Prime.
Nope. Marcus.
We're gonna walk in one day and find Marcus in the studio, just all like,
how much is it?
With like a fucking needle hanging out of his arm.
$80. And
who encouraged this and who even brought it up? Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad at that person.
Yeah, because Val's definitely the one that's gonna have to deal with this. For no reason other than
because now I'm gonna make the kit. I'm gonna put vodka into saline drip and go straight.
No! Friday, bro, Friday.
Yoda.
Marcus, I care about you, and I really just don't think that is a good idea.
That is not safe. And is not a good choice.
Me on Amazon is not a good choice.
The District of Misfits show does not encourage this kind of behavior.
This is Miss Torres' voice.
Actually,
that is not a good choice.
Wait, but the pasteurized chef does promote it.
Nope.
Is it safe to say that we don't encourage it, but we don't endorse it, but we encourage people to do.
We don't encourage any of it.
Okay.
Boo. We don't encourage any of it.
Especially you, Marcus.
What are you talking about?
Oh, damn. Yo, Carl is right, dude. Spitting facts. The saline pouch costs you less on Amazon than it will at the hospital.
Yeah.
Facts. This is facts. But also, well, whatever. Speaking of Miss Torres' voice, I actually used Miss Torres' voice on some customers yesterday.
Oh, no.
Finger went up, and I was like...
Is this another edition of Down by the River, Val?
Damn it, hold on, let me pull it up.
Down by the river with
Did you
them.
not? Could you not smell that in the wind, Marcus?
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Oh wait, I lied. This was not yesterday. This was the day before. I was all by myself. There was no server on the floor. They didn't schedule a server inside because they assumed everyone was going to be outside. So then when there's no server inside, then the bartender has to take. Now I'm by myself, right? So I'm still making service drinks and then also taking tables. There was a 12 top that sat on the outside garden patio, which is the furthest away for me to go.
Thank you, Carl. Teach me, Carl. Teach me the way.
I blame you now, Carl Townsend. It is your fault.
Show me the way. This is the way.
Miss Torres' finger is up.
I was worried that was going to fall on me for a moment. Thank you, Carl.
This is the way.
So there was a 12 top that came in. There were three separate tables. They were all fucking annoying as fuck. They'd moved tables 3 different times up at the up on the
3 times.
3 times before they came to sit in the garden patio.
How many Karen haircuts?
They were honestly they were actually foreign. They were not from here.
Oh, that makes sense.
So anyway, they were. I don't know why that makes sense, but they were annoying as fuck, right? So they come down. There was a table of women who were less annoying, and I was talking to them. I was like, "I'll be right there. I'm gonna get your drinks." Blah blah blah. The guys sat back down, and then this one dude kept coming up to the bar, asking for to order drinks, and I'm like, "I'm gonna be right with you. Please go sit down." Blah blah blah. As per the mayor's orders, you can't order from the bar here in DC. For anyone who is not aware, so I said it over and over again. I'm sorry, Carl Townsend. So then the 5th time he came to the bar, and I'm holding these drinks in my hands to bring them to the ladies of his party. And I go, "Sir, you need to go sit down. I am coming and bringing your drinks over there. I've asked you many times. Please go sit down at your table, and I will be right there." And he was like,
no joke. Miss Torres is scary.
Sir.
So
then he sat back down, and he was sitting at his table like this. And I was like,
People
"Please,
suck.
I just."
They're the worst, man. Like we said it last week, you're gonna find out. Val works down. It was down in G Town, man. You're gonna see the best of the best and the worst of the worst down there.
I worked with young children for 15 years in the classroom. I sometimes speak to these adults harsher than I did to the.
I know what it's like to be outnumbered by drunk people 30 to 1. This is nothing. Sit your ass down.
Little drunk people too.
Little drunk people.
Sir. Yeah, no.
No moral compass.
No safe words.
No safe words. No moral compass. No nothing.
You get
no scruples. No sense of right and wrong.
I was so irritated. I was like, "Why are you standing up again?"
My glasses are fogging up. This is so funny. I'm experiencing new glass owner problems, like getting so hot that your shit fucking steams up.
Surprise,
also, by the way, this time last week, I couldn't wear these because it looked all fucked up and weird. But now my eyes have adjusted, and if I take these off now,
and your eyes look cross-eyed, right?
It's a fucking issue, dude.
Sheena understands.
Welcome.
Yo, and actually, dude, I meant to take a picture. When I went to hang out with Drew a couple days ago, I meant to take a picture of the two of us and then do a side by side of us in our youth versus now. And I really regret having not done that because.
So here's what I really love. Knowing we were gonna have him on the show, you took one picture and one video.
One picture, one video.
Well, I did one picture.
Technically, Drew took it.
Well,
and he didn't even know I took that shit.
No. Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. We're at the gun range trying to be responsible and safe. Yeah. Being responsible and safe is not like
no selfies on
documenting and all that shit. And we're surrounded by other people that don't want to be in the background of things, and we're trying to respect people's privacy and that type of shit.
You could have been
stop. Just stop.
What?
We
How
could
about
have
you
stood out front of the gun store.
Suck
and done
my
that shit, yeah.
motherfucking dick, Marcus. How about that? We really would. You know what? How about that? There you go. All right. That's that.
So then at our full field trip, then we'll take some.
We'll do it, but
Oh,
you
dude.
just gotta be low key. You gotta be discreet, dude. Here's the thing: when we were there, the only fucking sound there was the inane conversation from all the incels that were fucking hanging out,
And there was definitely some incels.
and there was definitely some incel fucking energy going on there. But the rest of it was Drew fucking like schooling me. Like that was the only dialogue that was happening. There was no crosstalk, no chatter. Like,
so where were you guys? Where were you guys shooting at?
Yeah, where was this gun range?
The place is called Clark Brothers. It's an old redneck gun range.
Okay.
Down in Warrington, Virginia, on Route 29.
Like
and I say it's an old redneck gun range because it's straight up an old redneck gun range in like Culpeper, Virginia.
What did you tell me when we got there? You were like, you said that it was basically
so Boo beat me there, and literally was just like, "Yo, I'm here," and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm 15 minutes out." I was like, "Treat everybody that you see like a backward ass redneck hillbilly." And he hit me back and was like, "That's a big Texas size 10-4."
Okay.
I'll be sitting in my car until you.
Oh, dude, I did. I sat in my car. For like 10 minutes, and then I was like, "I need some water."
Okay,
so
now I take back the whole picture thing because I thought you guys were actually like at Drew's. Okay.
No, we were in God's country, in a real deal.
I apologize.
Not just God's country, God's
okey doke ass, bro. Let me tell you something. Like, pull up the picture. Like, I'm in fucking Trump country, rocking this fucking hoodie.
And he definitely got some eyeballs for it,
dude. These motherfuckers would take one look at me. But then they would take one look at Drew and they'd be like, they'd look at Drew and be like,
their eyes went that way?
Like, no, they were, oh, you're with him? Okay. Drew
so
just like,
funny. Boo and I had this conversation just about, I can unfortunately play a chameleon with these motherfuckers because I fit some boxes. You know what I'm saying? Middle-aged white dude with the beard. And tattoos. Check. This dude's supposed to be here,
I get the same thing when I go
home.
Oh, no,
you do too.
Yeah, I get it. It's like going to a Tool.
You can hide.
It's like going to a Tool. It's like going to a Tool concert.
Exactly. Exactly.
No,
it's a Tool concert.
No,
listen, I love Tool. But
but
Boo, what did we say last time we went to the Tool concert? We looked around. I'm like, there's a lot of me here. There's a lot of old white dudes.
Dude, you were in the first of all, Marcus, you were in like the box seats and shit.
Yeah,
you were in like fucking fancy you were in you were in hors d'oeuvre and bottle service land. Like,
so
no
let
one's
me
trying to hear
explain
you're fucking crying.
So let me explain this. So like back in the day, I had this host who was like going through school. He went through the Navy and everything like that. And like I would take care of him when he would come hang out. I would like feed him and like I would take care of him. Because I was making really good money. So now he's like an arms dealer for Boeing. And he was like, "Hey, you want to go to the Tool concert?" I'm like, "Yeah, great. Yeah, tickets." And I didn't know they were like the skybox shit and like $500 tickets. Like they give you earbuds and like all this shit. They just give you stuff. Like you don't have to leave. You want booze, you just tell the person to go get it for you. It's fucking awesome.
Like, here's some AirPods.
So like I didn't know what he did. I knew he worked for Boeing, but that night I kind of got him drunk and I'm like, "Dude, what actually do the fuck you do?" He's like, "Well, I kind of sell arms to people from
I'm an arms dealer."
And I was like, legally. I literally was like, "What the fuck are you what?"
Dude, I thought I was pimped that night because I got
you had better tickets than I had.
Oh, dude, my seats.
You were in the 8th fucking row.
I was in the 8th fucking row. And for free.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I had to do was not touch my fucking cell phone.
So hold on. You and I both went for free that night? That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we were like, there was a sneak moment where Marcus sent me a picture of where he was, and I was like, the only reason why I was jealous was because he had all the accoutrement. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
dude,
I can see everything, dude.
I had Tool punching me in the fucking face for 2 hours. It was amazing.
So I saw the 3D. I saw all the 3D images where Boo was like fucking right there, like he could touch him.
Yeah, it was dumb. And I got paid to set up and break it down too. Like it was.
The thing, I mean, with my brain injury, I couldn't been like back in the day where Boo was is where I would have been.
Oh, Marcus, if you had been that close, you would have seized up. You would have. The vibrations from the drums would have made you fucking seize up, dude. I could feel every fucking beat in my fucking chest. My balls hurt, dude. Like the bass had my balls.
Listen.
Like,
that was my 8th Tool concert, so I know over the past 20 years, like I've been up fucking too close.
Marcus, you're like on the short list of people that I know that has probably seen that band as many times as I have.
I've traveled from North Carolina.
How did we get on this?
I don't know, but I'm
glad all I know is I got to experience Marcus after that Tool concert.
It was ridiculous.
I had to stay
Marcus in his ultimate form.
For like 2 hours. We were driving to Delaware that night. We
were drunk and hallucinating and levitating in the car. He's levitating the car.
I recorded the whole concert on my phone, so I was playing it in the car.
Oh, dude, you lost that phone or broke that phone.
Yeah,
fuck, dude, you motherfucker. You should have uploaded that shit somewhere.
You know what? I think I actually did somewhere.
Dude, if you have that concert on the cloud, you need to find it and send it to me pronto. And then let's play and then we'll play it on here and have Facebook shut us down again.
I'm cool with that.
Shout out to being in trouble with Facebook.
So talking about Tool, like, so Erin, my roommate now, when I was living in North Carolina, she was in DC and she had free tickets for me. And because she bought tickets, then somehow she got like better tickets. She's like, "Hey, I got Tool concert." So I have drove 9 hours just to see Tool here,
just to see Maynard be weird as fuck on stage,
because some shows
just have a really good time doing it.
Some shows he'll just sit in the corner, not move at all. And other shows he's fucking bouncing all around the fucking place. And other shows he's in drag. It's just like you never know what you're gonna get from Maynard.
You know what, Carl? I think you're absolutely right.
All right, enough with me.
This is the drinking show with a podcast problem. So there will be times where we will go off on tangents and need to be reeled back in. So thank you. So one of the reasons why I wanted to have Drew on here is because, you know, there have been, with the world returning back to normal, it seems like, you know, we had a moment in time during COVID, during lockdown, where we weren't being bombarded with a shooting story in the news every couple of days.
Yep.
Dude, I want to fight Carl now.
Hold on. What are you
Oh, we're gonna fight you.
Carl, how about this? I want to fight you.
Carl, you are more than welcome. If you can push buttons, you can be the technical director. You can be the technical director.
I'll teach you. I'll teach you how to
show you everything. Well, you are definitely.
Do we now have a new producer?
You have made yourself an integral part of this episode. That is for sure.
So, Carl, I'll be calling you tomorrow to discuss the details.
Yeah, we'll send you the proper paperwork. So, back to it is you know, there've been all these shootings and stuff, and there's always, whenever it happens, there's always the knee-jerk reaction for gun control legislation and banning this thing, banning that thing. And what I really wanted, on top of like sharing funny stories from when I went shooting with Drew, which I think we should, because I think there was the experience that I had with Drew was, I feel like, something that if more Americans had that experience, we would have a much better grasp of how to approach the situation, because I don't think that banning things is an issue. And I mean, Drew may have a totally different take. But with that being said, Drew, break shit down. Like you've already given, for anyone that's just tuning in, do like a real quick recap of what you do, and then like tell us something good.
So my name is Drew Swift. I own and run my own firearms academy. I teach firearms safety. I teach fundamentals of marksmanship. I teach people how to shoot. It is Swift Precision. We are based out of McLean, Virginia, primarily because I and no other firearms instructor is legally permitted at the moment to teach in the District of Columbia. And part of that is because the amount of firearms that are needed to do this kind of thing, even in a classroom setting, nobody's pushed the boundary and gotten themselves out there to get arrested yet, and then challenge that arrest in court, which is probably what it's going to end up taking, unless somebody sees their ways. I started my company because, like a lot of you guys, I lost 3 industry jobs in 3 days when COVID hit. I had just recently moved into Virginia, out of Petworth, where I'd been living for the last 10 years. But I had a housing emergency happen, and I needed to worry about getting my kids into a good school that I wouldn't be rolling the dice to make sure that they got into a school that would give them the education that I need them to get. And so I had got an opportunity and jumped at it and moved out to Virginia. The first thing I did when I moved back out to Virginia was go out to my brother's place and pick up my rifle. I was given a rifle by my platoon when I left my platoon in the Marine Corps. They all chipped in and bought me a service rifle, and I haven't been able to keep it because you couldn't have those kind of firearms in the district. And so my brother had it, and as soon as COVID happened, I ran out to his place and picked up my rifle. One of the things that really kind of forced me to look at this as an option was that I went to a gun store to buy some ammunition so I could practice with my gun. And this nice little old lady, about 65 years old, and this is like COVID +1, so like the 16th or 17th of March last year. And she walked in and was like, listen, I've never thought about owning a gun before. She was like, but I feel like I need one for home defense. What do I buy? And the guy behind the counter turns around and grabs a $2,500 AR-15 and puts it in her hand and said, this is the best firearm in this place. And
that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, it gets better, Marcus.
The guy goes into the back to get paperwork, and I literally walk up to this lady and I'm like, ma'am, this is absolutely not the gun you want to buy right now. It's like, if there was one gun that I could ever own to protect my house and my family, it would be an AR-15. And I was like, but I've had hundreds of thousands of rounds and hours of training on this firearm. I was like, what you need to do is take a class. You need to take a class. You need to understand like what firearm safety is. You need to understand what some of the, deciding factors in selecting a firearm for you are going to be, what the primary purpose of it's going to be. Nice. And I was like, but you do not need this gun. And I was like, look, when you go into a car dealership, what's a car dealer guy going to do? He's going to try and sell you a car. Yeah. I was like, you're in a gun store. What do you think the gun clerk is going to do? He's going to try and sell you a gun.
They're going to sell you the Mercedes. The Mercedes. Here's the Mercedes.
The next thing that I did was I took the DC concealed carry class. And the guy that I took it from was a misogynistic, racist piece of shit. And the entire time, I just had to sit there and keep my fucking mouth shut because I really needed to take this class and get, I really wanted my concealed carry permit.
So you couldn't punch him in the face?
No. So like I literally waited until the end, got my certificate, and then when he had nothing else to do, I called the Virginia State Department of Criminal Justice Service on him. I was just like,
I love you.
I was just like, this guy's a piece of shit, and they're the accrediting agency for him. And so it's just filed as a complaint. It might do something, it might not, but it's the recourse that I had available. So anyway, kind of going through all this shit, I was just like, you know what? I actually did this for a living professionally for the Marine Corps. And I can do it better than anybody who's taught me anything up until this point. Mm-hmm. And, it's at this point, it's late April in COVID. And so I'm freaking out. Like, what the fuck are we going to do? The whole industry is shut down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's on unemployment. Like, I got 2 kids. I got a wife I'm trying to provide for. Luckily I was blessed. And my wife is, fucking brilliant and has an amazing job with benefits and what have you. Like, so we got to fall back on that, but it really came down to like, what the hell am I going to do?
Yeah. Which I love that aspect that out of necessity, came a brilliant idea, and that's what.
Drew, tell them what you told me. I'm sorry, Marcus. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
tell them what you told me about the scene of the store when you walked in there, like post.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You told when we were hanging out, you told me too. You were like the first time you showed up to the range that we went to,
Clark Brothers. Yeah, it was a shit show.
Like the first time we were there, and you said it was a similar scene at the gun store
where I saw that old lady.
Let's finish the story with the old lady, then we'll move to the next one.
So when I showed up, like this is like I said, COVID plus 1 or 2. I go to this gun store and it's just, dude, it's overrun. So like at this point, nobody's wearing masks. There's fucking packed full of fucking people. Everybody's like fighting over, like think Black Friday for ammunition and guns.
Awesome.
And these people were buying whatever the fuck they could buy. It was, listen, let me spit some facts. We sold, as a nation, 40 million guns in 2020. 40 million guns were sold.
That's a lot.
There were an additional 4 million guns sold in January of 2021. So 10% of that whole year was sold again the following January, right? First-time buyers fueled the pandemic-related surge, right? Now, it's normal for guns to increase in ammo to increase sales during an election year. People stock up. They start worrying about who the next person's going to be. Is this going to be available? Is that going to be available, right?
But did you
not by these kind of numbers.
But do you have the demographics of like actually who bought that? Because I feel like a lot of people on the left started buying a lot more guns.
So 40% of all guns sold were to first-time buyers. That's from CNN. All right. Now, gun sales among Black Americans is up.
That's
58%.
I love everything about that. Love everything about that.
So the rise of Black gun ownership is unprecedented at this point, and that's straight up from the National Shooting Sports Foundation, who like tracks this kind of stuff. Also, in addition to which, there's been a rise of NAGA, which is the National African American Gun Association. So it's basically there's a Black NRA now, which I am happily and proudly a member of as well.
What? Wait, stop. Okay, go on.
No, I stopped. What's up?
First of all, you had me at Black NRA, and you're a member.
Yeah.
All right, continue to spit numbers.
It's the way that I could support.
Continue, because I mean, you had a keep going, man.
Okay. So in addition to all of that, here's the other one. Sales are also up an additional 40% in the women demographic. So women and minorities are the people who bought these fucking 40 million guns. Or actually 40% of those 40 million, which is what, 16, 20 million roughly? So that's who's buying all of this shit, is women and minorities. And I'll tell you, just based off of the last year, the National Safe Shooting Sport Foundation or Shooting Sports Foundation, so the same foundation that tracks like who's buying these things, in addition to which they're saying that all of these gun sales are not coming from traditional groups, right? They're coming from places with stricter gun laws, like the district, right?
Right.
So most of these gun sales are being like purchased by liberals and by people on the left.
So here's the thing, is that like I think I'd like to see if I don't know if there's any data about this, but like, you know, I feel like the narrative is constantly that like the liberals are the ones who hate guns and want to take them away from you and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And then it's the right who like want to protect the Second Amendment and protect the guns and all this stuff. But I'd like to see some data on like how many people leaning left on the left actually own guns and still actually want like
responsible gun ownership,
stricter gun regulations, right? I mean, because like the bottom line is like there's always a loophole.
Sure.
Like there's always a loophole that people can. We were listening, Marcus and I, when we were driving back from Delaware, we were listening to this comedian who was sort of joking, but like I feel like he was not joking. You know, he said he wanted to like buy a gun. He went to this place, said, "Hey, I want to buy a gun." And they were like, "Oh, your wife is actually like the owner, like the listed owner of your residence." And he was like, "All right, that's cool." He was like, "I feel like gun legislation works." Right? He was like, I feel okay. Like, actually, maybe I shouldn't have a gun. And then the guy was like, "But let's let's talk to your wife. Like, we can find a loophole.
A
Like,
way around it, right?
right." He was like, "Let's find a way around it. Like, your wife can like write you up a lease, like leasing you a room in your house so that you could have like a registered residence, and then we can give you this gun." So he was going through this whole thing of like how they found loopholes as to how he could get the gun, and like that's what's fucked up is that.
Well, here's what I'll say about that. The gun rights advocates and the gun rights lobbies have a very camel's nose under the tent mentality, right? If they let the camel's nose under the tent, they're fucked. The camel's in. You know what I'm saying? It's inside the tent. Now you're on the inside and we can't get you out, kind of thing, right? So they push back on.
I've never heard that before, but that's awesome.
And they do try and find loopholes for everything. And I can give you a phenomenal example of the latest and greatest loophole on the list right now. And it's called an AR-15 pistol. Okay. So what an AR-15 pistol is, the ATF regulates that pistols have to, or I'm sorry, rather, rifles have to have a minimum barrel length of 16 inches. Okay. So the barrel, the actual part that the projectile and the bullet passes through, has to be at least 16 inches long. And part of the reason for that is so you can't conceal it. Right.
Right.
So it's got to be 16 inches with a stock. Now, if you want a barrel shorter than that, it's called an SBR, or a short-barreled rifle. And you have to apply to the ATF. They have to run you through heightened security. You have to pay $200 for a tax stamp, and it takes 6 months at least, right? So what the manufacturers did is they fucking found a loophole around that shit by putting a pistol brace on the back, which is basically a stock where one piece collapses open like this. And the idea is that you put your arm through it and you shoot it like a pistol. But it's still an AR-15, and it's capable of doing the same damage that an AR-15 will. But now you can fold the stock in half and put it in a fucking book bag. So you could roll into the Walmart with a fucking backpack and nobody fucking knows any different, right? And then just whip that shit out and get down. And so the bigger problem is that there's an overarching theme with the firearms industry companies, right? So these guys all have legislation in place that they cannot be held liable for anything that happens or is done with their products. So all of these companies are like, oh, well, here's the loophole around the AR-15 short-barreled rifle. This is how we make it a pistol, is we put this bullshit-ass brace on the back that's really a stock, and everybody knows it. Everybody talks about it. It's openly ha, ha, ha. You know what I mean? We know that everybody's getting around it, but technically, and this is the thing that Biden's going after right now.
Right. So Drew, we got some really good, we got some good questions in the comments. First of all, hello, Dana Heater. We love you.
Oh, Dana Heater.
Yeah.
What up, girl?
She's got a good question. Carl's got a good question. Carl's got a couple good questions.
Okay.
Our new producer has some new questions.
Our new producer has some questions.
Well, I saw that Carl's little question streamed up. What do I feel about gun control?
Yeah.
Right?
What do you?
So look, here's the thing. All gun control is rooted in racism, dude. And that's just a fucking fact. Gun control didn't become gun control until freed people
hashtag Black Panthers
start carrying guns. So before then, it was just a given constitutional right. It wasn't until freed people started to try and acquire firearms, that gun control even became a thing. All right. So at its roots, the shit is racist from the beginning. All right. Now, that being said,
however,
okay.
What?
There's no however.
Good. That being said, keep going, Drew.
That being said, so period. End of sentence. Full stop. Next sentence. I do believe that we do need some form of regulation on the firearms that are being allowed into society, because obviously we've shown that these things can do an incredible amount of damage, right? So the crazy shit is this: when I moved out of the district and I got my rifle back, I immediately was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm a goddamn law-abiding American citizen. I fought for this country, and I'm not a fucking crazy asshole. I should be able to own a firearm. And I'm not going to give that right up again, ever. And I won't, ever. But here's the deal. I am background checked up, down, left, right, inside the fucking side.
Right.
The FBI's crawled so far up my ass that they know what I had for lunch last week. And I'm cool with it. Like, if that's what it means that I can carry my guns, dude, you know what some of the smartest gun legislation that's been proposed is? Having your spouse or significant other in your domicile need to sign off on your application to buy a firearm. Because who knows you better than that? And if your wife or your boyfriend or your husband or your whatever, right, is cool with it, then that should say something, because it means that their life is in their hands, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Straight up and down background checks for everybody on everything.
Carl asked what we thought too. Honestly, I'm one of these people where I went shooting with Drew. I had a great time. Like, I am definitely I have had a gun. I gave up that gun because I was not in a place where I felt like it was safe for me to have that gun. That's how that's for me. That's gun control for me, is knowing that, like, at this particular, like, I could have a gun now and I'm fine. I'm in a much, much different fucking place than I was when I previously owned one, you know? But I think that a lot being able, training should definitely be mandatory. I'm pro background checks. I feel like I should be, whatever people have out there. I mean, it's like kind of like a car. You don't need a car that goes 300 fucking miles an hour, but if you have the ability, if you have the money and the means, and you have the ability to drive that car in a way that is not going to fucking do a bunch of fucking irreparable damage or whatever, and you can be safe with it, then I'm all for it. You know, and when people, you know, talk about, well, actually, Drew, how do you feel about gun registry? Are you pro registry?
So here's the thing, dude. I mean, look, I got to be honest with you. The word gun registry is the thing that freaks gun nuts out. And here's why. Yeah. I want the government to keep track of my goddamn guns and knowing, like, Red Dawn, where's the list? Find the Wolverines. You know what I'm saying? Like, sends out a bunch of Russian dudes to go get your guns and shit. Like, that's why people talk about a national registry and they don't want that shit. But here's the thing, dude. How'd you buy that gun? With a Visa? Got you, motherfucker. Like, come on, dude. They already have all this information. You got 55 fucking different pictures up of every gun you own on Instagram. You dipshit.
And honestly, if they really, really wanted, seriously, and correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, because we were kind of talking about this a little bit too when we were shooting the other day, is if they really wanted to crack down, all they would have to do is stop all of these. Like, every time the Dulles Expo has a gun show, there's motherfucking shit going down. You know what I mean? Like, cash transactions. Like, if they really,
are those the loopholes, like the gun shows?
That's the loopholes.
Here's what I'll tell
that's
you.
the loopholes, and capitalism and free market is always going to let that. Yeah, please.
So, the state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, has just enacted a lot of new gun legislation, and it all came into effect last July and then again in January. So, you may no longer, now when you buy or sell a gun, it's called a transfer, okay? It's not a sale, it's a transfer. It's being transferred from the FFL, which is a federal firearms license, to you. Okay, and that's what the paperwork will say. All transfers have to be done with a background check now. There is no more gun show loophole in Virginia.
Okay.
You cannot do that shit anymore.
Okay.
There is no more person-to-person transfers. Okay, so prior to July, you could come out and be like, yo, what's up, dog? Come on out. I'm going to give you a gun. Here, $500. Here's this gun. There's no license. There's no bill of sale. There's no receipt. There's no background check, right? So now all of that shit's done. And the reason that it was done is because the district MPD ran a 15-year basically pattern search of all of the arms that were confiscated in the district. 85% of them came out of Northern Virginia between Richmond and DC. All right, 85%. So to retaliate, not to retaliate, but because
in response
to that, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam and the Democratic legislature stepped up and they said, okay, well, guess what, Virginia? You may no longer buy more. You may only buy one handgun a month. All sales are now through an FFL and transferred with a background check. Like all of this shit has been clipped, trying to stem the flow of guns into the district out of Virginia. So Virginia's actually responded pretty well, dude.
We were talking over the last few weeks. They have kind of sort of freaked us out with how progressive they are becoming. Yeah. But just the fact that they're ahead of Maryland in so many
ahead of
ways,
Maryland,
seemingly.
Which is so weird.
So
it's really fucking with me.
Maryland is one of the most restrictive firearm states in the union. Maryland, New Jersey, New York, California, and Hawaii are all on the same plane. Right. Like you cannot get a. So there was a case. I don't know if do you guys watch on Instagram? What is it? Washingtonian Probs.
Yeah.
It's basically Washington's problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the chief of police put out last week that there are now 24,000 registered firearms in the District of Columbia. Okay. So that's 24,000 guns that have been transferred to MPD, that MPD is then transferred to these people, right? There are 6,000 concealed carry licenses in the District of Columbia now. I have one of them. This uptick is huge, right? And all of this stems from a law that came about after a court case called Heller versus the District of Columbia. So there was a security guard for federal buildings, right? Like he was a federal security guard for some of the buildings downtown, who could carry a gun at work, but was not allowed to have a gun at home. And he lived on Capitol Hill, like around one of the fucking, older like housing projects. And he was like, this is fucking bullshit that I can't have a gun at home, but yet I have to carry a gun to protect you motherfuckers during the day. And so he took him to court and he won.
Yeah.
He won. So he won in 2008 or 2007. But in 2008, they changed the rules. And basically what MPD did to try and combat this shit was they were like, okay, listen, you may have a gun in the city, but it has to be either disassembled, unloaded, or with a trigger lock. Well, dude, if you need to respond to something in your house because, somebody broke in, and you're sitting here finger fucking a trigger lock trying to get this gun open and loaded and put back together, what the hell's the point? So MPD's tact on this is very similar to what they've always done, right? Drag your feet, make it hard as possible, like try and be as disruptive as humanly possible. So you throw your hands in the air and say, fuck it, I give up. I don't want to play anymore. Well, they did the same thing here until finally, I think it was in 2012, this woman and this group called the Pink Pistols, which is an LGBTQ firearms community. That
I'd love to have them on here.
Yeah, they're fucking great. Also a member. They sued the city as well.
My man,
dude, I'm there. I'm out. I'm in the world, my friend. So they sued the city as well. And they were basically like, all this bullshit that you're laying down and putting in place is trying to like make things more restrictive to make firearms less accessible to the people who really need them, right? And so there used to be a stipulation in the concealed carry requirement that you had to prove that you had a reasonable amount of danger. Well, whose fucking like objective reasonable are we talking about?
Yeah, by
right?
whose standards?
It's abstract. It's fucking arbitrary as fuck, right? So what are we doing? So all these people were applying for concealed carry licenses, and they were all being like, nope, you don't need it. You don't need it. And it's like, what do you mean I don't need it? So they took them to court again and won again. So in 2018, they had to take that stipulation out. Since then, you can now have a concealed carry license in the District of Columbia, but they're still trying to fuck with people so much, and it's so restrictive that you have a license that is a concealed carry license, right? Then you have to have another card that registers the firearm that you're carrying and only 20 rounds of ammunition for that specific gun. So if you fuck up and grab the wrong magazine or load one too many bullets, it's a felony. Straight up. They make this shit really, really hard to be a law-abiding citizen, dude.
And I mean, they have the whole excuse about the federal government and all the high-powered VIPs being here, et cetera, et cetera. But like, if people, because if people want to go after those people, they're gonna go after those people.
They did go
nothing
after
at all
people.
to do.
They did go after those people. It's called January 6th, and guess what, motherfuckers? It wasn't us. Straight up, dude.
Tell it, Drew.
It's what it is, man.
Dude.
It's what it is.
So Dana wanted to know if you had any statistics about, like, she put it, successful home invasion gun statistics. Like, if there's like any numbers out there about, like, what percent of gun uses, for fending off. Oh, there it is. I don't have to read it. If you don't have any,
Dana, I'm sure that information's out there. And hi, sweetie, it's amazing to even just see your name typed up on a screen. I haven't seen you in forever, and I miss you. The United States Concealed Carry Association, which I'm actually a member of, I'm a partner with. They do a ton of this type of training. The amount of times that people now have their homes broken into while they're there is very small. One of the biggest reasons that it's so small is because of the leaps and bounds with surveillance, electronic surveillance, home security cameras.
Everyone's got a
cameras,
doorbell,
all of
ring
that
cameras,
shit, right?
dude. I should have invested. We should have.
Really, the fact of the matter is, though, is that the more rural you get, the less that plays, right? And the more urban you get, the more you start to, lean on the fact that your safety is incumbent upon you at the end of the day, right? As far as specific numbers, I don't have any right now in front of me. I didn't look that up. But I'll tell you this much. There are lots of examples of people successfully defending themselves in their homes, for sure. And there's probably just as many examples of somebody like shooting their wife or their kid because they missed an intruder in their home and it shot through a wall. And that's one of the things that I talk to people about every fucking day, is the fact that, like, guys, you need to, like, anybody who shows up in a basic pistol class for me and comes at it like, hell yeah, dog, I'm about to I'm like, man, what do you think is going to happen? Dude, I hate to break this off on you, man, but
we've known each other for we've known each other for like 20 years, and I could not imagine behaving like that in front of you. I couldn't even think of a total stranger.
You know the scariest shit that's happened? I kicked a dude out of my class 2 weeks ago because he was fucking hammered at 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday.
I wanted to smoke weed that morning, but I totally was like, nah, dude, because
you're responsible.
Like,
you didn't see me light that joint as I pulled up next to you on the way home. That's what I was doing.
No, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, I waited until we were leaving.
Yeah, I saw that, bro. I saw that.
I mean, like, for me, I feel like, I've never handled a gun. Like, I've always wanted to be responsible. I don't want to own a gun because I don't know that I'm responsible enough. But I would like to know how to shoot a gun. I've asked one of my friends, he's actually been a guest on our show before. He's a retired MPD. Like we've talked many times about him bringing me to the shooting range, and we just haven't been able to coordinate. Like I would like to know how to shoot a gun.
Okay.
And I would, yeah, right. I would love to know, but like again, I don't know that I'm responsible enough to have a gun in my home. I don't have children in my house. I just don't know. I don't feel responsible enough, right?
Okay, so
because I'm not responsible.
Sure.
But like, I think that I don't.
Confidence is a huge part of it. Confidence is a huge part of owning a firearm.
Absolutely. And I think that I don't.
You know who's going to get. You know who's going to get shot. You know who's going to get shot, right?
Huh?
Me.
No, if she had a gun.
You.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, no. Here's the thing. If Val owned a firearm that she kept at her house, you'd be okay. If she had a firearm that she kept at the studio.
Oh. No, come on. But like. I just think I think that what I don't understand is why people are so adverse to stronger regulations, like, or just not even just stronger, just regular, like people should have, it should be required that you have some sort of training. Like you shouldn't be able to, I shouldn't be able to walk in a gun store and be like, hey, like
you absolutely can't do that.
It should be hard.
And it should be harder.
It should be harder to get a license for driving.
Well, there is no license.
That's what I'm saying.
It
should be harder.
I think that's what frustrates me, is that I don't understand why people are so adverse to that.
You're carrying a death machine.
I don't understand that.
I mean, I think that there's some people that
you're carrying a tool. Look, you drive a death machine, right?
Yeah, yes, you do, and you have to get a license.
Absolutely, and I needed to get a license, right? Like I needed
a license to drive. You need a fucking diploma to fucking fly.
Never in the history of a gun has any gun ever gotten pissed off, jumped off a shelf, loaded itself, and killed somebody.
Right.
Don't blame the gun; it's the asshole behind it. All right.
Right tool for the right.
Same. Right. So same for like a car, right?
Absolutely.
Like people, like the car didn't come and like run into somebody. Like
and
it was the driver.
To prove that you could operate it.
Right.
Right. So shouldn't there be some sort of proof that you
I'm all about a proficiency test.
Operate.
Okay. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Just like you take a driving test, you take a firearm, a shooting test.
Right, but there's so many people are so against that, and I don't understand that. So,
all right, hold on, Val. I want you to respond to what you're saying.
So a lot of what you're talking about, Val, is this. A lot of people, especially in the rural areas of this country, pass down that firearms tradition and that marksmanship training from father to son, mother to daughter, mother to, like through the family is how we teach each other how to shoot, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's where they're passing off firearms and that's where they're doing all of this. And here's the thing. A lot of this has to do with those people being like, why does everyone else get to regulate how I'm living my life with my guns and my family when they don't know shit about me? And on the flip side, it's us being like, why are we letting these people carry these fucking weapons into highly populated, dense areas where they can inflict mass casualties? That doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Like, but each side is like, come the fuck on, dude. Look at the last 4 years in this city. How polarized are we? People can't talk about anything, right? They really fucking like.
Agreed. And like, I'm not trying to be polarizing. Like, I'm really.
No. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it like that. I'm just telling you why people can't have this conversation. It's because you get the people on either end.
It's it's two extremes, because like if you've been hunting,
who are like, this fucking dude is crazy talking, because I'm not pro-gun, but like pro-gun. You know,
Right,
I
think
also,
I'm going back to what you said earlier, is that like, you know, like a lot of the people who traditionally you would think would be anti-gun, like the liberals, the people on the like they're the ones who are getting guns, right? So like so that I feel like that narrative should be dispelled, because like people on who are liberal, I mean, like,
it's
I feel
definitely a
like
point. It's definitely a talking point that gets used to keep the issue fired up and keep it fucking
Right.
going. Like,
Here's
for
right,
sure.
and like I feel like I sit on the, like I've talked about this before. I sit on the left side, like I sit left.
Val, you're not anti-gun, but you, like you said, you're not anti-gun, but you're like you're somebody who you fear it enough, and your fear of it is a form of respect.
So
Like,
I don't hear it. Like
well,
I would like to. I mean, I would like to be able to know how to shoot a gun.
Right. Well, I misspoke.
Correct?
By you saying that you didn't feel comfortable having one in your house because
I'm not responsible. Like,
right,
I'm really not. Like
that right there puts you in a much better fucking space. I would much rather see you take a training class than a lot of other people, because you have that.
And like, but that's the whole thing, is that like I'm willing to take classes. Like, I want to know how to shoot a gun. There are a lot of people who don't even give a shit about classes. They don't give a shit about training. They just feel it is their inherent right as an American citizen that they should be able to own a gun. Not even that they know that to know that they are able to handle the guns properly. That they just feel that it is their inherent right.
Well, it's because it's been told to them since the day they were born.
Right. Well, so to your thing, you said it's passed down generation to generation. I get that, because I come from a county that is a big hunting area. But at the same time, my father taught me how to drive when I was fucking 12 years old.
Right.
But still, I have to fucking take a driver's test.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing. Like I get it. It's part of your culture, but at the same time,
I'm all about a proficiency test. I'm all about people getting tested.
And I know you are, but that's what blows my mind about people who are like, oh.
Again, part of the problem is this. So let's talk about the NRA, okay? So the National Rifle Association, for good, bad, or whatever, is the foremost agency and does the absolute best job of teaching wholesale firearms safety, firearms instruction, and supporting the shooting sports. If they would shut the fuck up about politics, and just be like, hey, listen, we're here to promote gun rights, the shooting
safety,
gun safety, and
that's safety.
And then stop being all of this political bullshit, right? But the thing is this. They've gone so hard in the paint about all the politics involved. They're so fucking corrupt. Right?
It's Pepe Le Pew.
Now, understand this, dude. I'm credentialed by the NRA, and if they're listening to this right now, I might lose my credentials, because there's a fucking part of their certification process that says you cannot negatively reflect on the National Rifle Association.
Which that's Nazi.
I don't think that you have. I mean, you've
sure. I said that they shouldn't be in politics. There's probably a bunch of people at that building that wouldn't like that very much. That's okay, boo. I'm also a USCCA instructor. I'm also
what up,
like going to be a 6-hour instructor. What up, Steph? Anyway, my point is simply this, dude. These guys need to get the fuck out of politics. And what's happening right now, right? There's a lawsuit against Wayne LaPierre, who is the fucking president of the NRA.
He's a fucking cunt.
So he's done a bunch of shady shit. He's done a bunch of shady shit financially. And the state of New York is trying to sue them for their charter, which is why they're trying to move to Texas. Hopefully, right?
Why were they in Texas in the first place?
Well, but because in 1871, when it was founded, New York was pretty country.
Yeah,
it was 1871.
Oh, right? Outside of fucking New York, Albany, Syracuse, and Rochester.
There you go.
God,
I mean, we talked about it last week.
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully, there's a bunch of people who hope that all this shit happens, right? And that the NRA will come back to its founding, like, dude, The NRA didn't get political until the 80s with Reagan.
Right.
Up before that, it was a completely like apolitical thing. But as the two sides became more polarized, there you go. Anyway.
All right, so let's do, first of all, Drew, I really, really, really appreciate having you on here and just
Totally
dropping science, man.
Sure.
Dropping science. And this isn't over. I'm just taking like a little quick breather segue. I want to take a quick moment to thank everybody that has jumped that has been in the comments and interacting with us. We really love having y'all here. Please like and share us on all of your favorite social media platforms on Twitter, on Facebook and Instagram. It's the District of Misfits show on Twitter at DC Misfits. Please also go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. Become a regular viewer of our wares and such. The District of Misfits show, and on Twitch, District of Misfits. It's all one word. And then you can go to crushingdc.com and purchase some of our gear there and support us. We would really appreciate y'all. I don't know what happened to Marcus. Val, what did you
smoke?
What did you do to him?
I didn't do anything. He went to smoke.
Now would have been a perfect time for us to maybe have a palate cleanser or whatever. But you know what? While we still have Drew here and we're all fired up.
And perhaps we should have had a video.
Did he fall down the hill? Yeah, this would have been a great time. Well, when you got to go, you got to go. At this stage of the show, it just happens, man. Like, but yeah. So Drew, I want to jump. We'll go through the comments and some of the questions. Do you think let's see, what did Mike say? What did Michael say? Would you consider it reasonable to track gun violence data through NIH or
absolutely
collecting data?
Absolutely, because it's a mental health crisis. The mass shootings that you see are because of mental health issues. They're not because of fucking gun advocacy issues.
Like when I think about that, there've been so many. Just think about many since Columbine.
Let's turn on the ones since the end of the pandemic, right? Because we had a year off without this shit, right?
Sure.
So you got the fucking redneck down in Georgia going after all the fucking
the massage parlors,
API people, right?
Yeah.
Then you got the guy at the frickin' grocery store in Boulder, right? Who's just being indiscriminate at that point. You had these two brothers who just killed their family in Texas recently, right? And then wasn't there another one? Anyway,
so there was
right.
Hold on, I had it all queued up.
But yes, agreed. Like what you're saying is that there is a mental health component to
it's the component though.
A lot of these mass shootings.
So it's the component though, right? Because what person's mentally stable and walks into a fucking grocery store and shoots 10 people, right? That's not a mentally stable human.
No.
Same thing with Aurora. Same thing with the kid in Virginia Tech.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Columbine. Same thing. All of them, dude.
No, am I crazy?
Vegas. That guy killed fucking 56 people, dude. He set up 5 different rifles in 4 different rooms and shot into a crowd of thousands from 400 yards away. Right?
Right.
Who plans that and does that that's mentally stable?
Right.
What we need to do is find a way to identify these people.
Drew, I might hold on, if I may. I honestly, that specific instance, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's malicious intent, dude. That guy, that's the amount of planning that it goes into to do something. I mean, think about it, dude. You picked a date, you picked an event.
Yeah.
You didn't reserve.
Planned it.
You didn't reserve 1 room. You didn't reserve
the suite.
2 rooms.
Yeah.
Right. So at that point, that's not necessarily.
This is not. I honestly think that that's a step above. That's a step, I think, beyond. I think the Aurora shooter is also in that same category because this is something that was fantasized about. This isn't like someone mentally breaking down.
No,
having like a
is this
you know what I think it is?
Is this the MGM shooting?
Well,
No.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes,
let
it
me
is.
panel. Let me ask y'all a question. I feel like there's a stigma when people. Okay, what I worry about is that people think when people say there's a mental health, when people imply the mental health issue, there's almost this like falling down. That movie with Michael Douglas where he just fucking like. I feel like there's a thing that's applied to that, but I don't think that the Aurora or the MGM shit is that type of thing.
So I was working for the MGM during that time frame. When that happened, I was there. And I know for a fact that I heard through the grapevine of the MGM factory. We have, if you work in a hotel, there's like back elevators, right? So the elevators will take. So if you're doing a big event, you have these big freight elevators that will take.
Oh yeah, as a stagehand, yeah, I understand.
So when this guy, what we were told inside information, what we were told, like when he came, he had like 21 to 30 like cases of shit, which ended up being all his guns. But they actually took him into the private sector of the hotel and took all 21 cases up. And if your case,
if he had the money, I mean, if he rented
if he rented 4 rooms, that's enough money.
If he's a high dollar client, that hotel, it's Vegas, they're going to. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Here you go, sir. And
so the biggest thing at MGM, they were like, basically they're like suck the dick of the client. But it's all about them. So, like you said, Bill, if he bought 3 rooms, they're like, oh, he's a high roller. We're gonna do whatever he wants to do.
This is your luggage, sir. You want to take the back entrance, sir? Okay, sir.
Yeah, we asked no questions.
Luggage. You saw my gun cases.
No, it was all guns. It was all guns. But people who are loading up.
No.
But my point is you've seen my gun cases, right? Did that shit look like luggage to you?
No.
Right. Those gun cases don't look like luggage.
Did the Vegas shooter actually bring his stuff in?
If he wanted to, like, conceal it,
do we know for a fact that the Vegas shooter brought his weapons in traditional gun luggage or whatever?
Some of those guns.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he put them in gun cases. They were in gun cases. They were in luggage.
Well, no. I'm not saying a suitcase, but like as a musician, you can buy long ass fucking plastic cases. You know what I'm saying?
It could have been mistaken for like musician gear. Yes, it could have been mistaken for that.
You could fucking buy a fucking speaker fucking road case or a fucking light stand, a road case for a light stand. And fucking put, some shit in it.
And in Vegas, I guess I get it.
And no, it's Vegas. You're bringing lights. You're bringing lights up to a hotel room in Vegas. Like,
let's take what we're saying here into account, and now apply it to what I said earlier about the thing that Biden's trying to ban, which is an AR-15 pistol that can collapse and fold into a book bag.
Right.
And that's why they're doing it
now.
But why would anybody need that weapon to begin with? Like nobody in this day and age needs.
Why does anyone need a Lamborghini though?
Oh, I mean, no, wait a minute. Dude, the short barrel rifle I'm all about, because anytime you need to operate inside of a car, home defense, shorter walls, like there's a use for it for sure. You know what I mean? But you shouldn't tuck it into a backpack.
Right.
We should just be
able to pack it in a backpack. Like if you need to defend yourself, get a pistol. Get like
your friend Dana Hader said. What's the purpose? What's the reasoning behind that? Like what's the statistics?
Right.
I mean, Americans are not a monolith. Well, here's the thing. It's a much more succinct thing of what Drew said earlier, and that is Americans. We as Americans, we are not a monolith. We are so different. We are so unique. We are trying to apply one standard to a country of how many? 300 million, 300 million,
30 million.
Different types of people. Some people who want absolutely nothing to do with guns, which is totally fucking cool. Some people that are completely into guns for all the wrong reasons, and then everybody else in between.
So, Drew, what are you drink? Drew, what are you drinking?
Which one? Am I right?
I don't. Whatever you just did right there. What are you drinking right now?
Elijah Craig.
Hey, my friend. Oh, you going down?
No, dude. No, dude.
Ian J.
Marcus. Let me tell you something about DSB.
Oh shit.
DSB.
Shit.
Working. Picture this: Adams Morgan.
Adams
Morgan. What? 2006, 2007. Adams Morgan, 2006, 2007. Working a fucking Saturday night and getting out of work at, oh my God, o'clock in the morning and having to be ready to fucking rock because we're going to be at FedEx Field at 9 a.m.
How much cocaine was involved?
Not enough. Dude, we were there on fucking the will.
Hold on, I got two different answers, but I'll go with booze.
It depends on the week. And
the
like, dude, we're having Grand Marnier for breakfast.
Yep.
It was the only time in my life I had a burger using a Krispy Kreme donut as a bun.
Oh shit!
The Homer burger. Hashtag Homer burger.
You're talking to a kid from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. I know Grand Marnier.
We've pushed people down P Hill allegedly. We've lived and died.
We didn't play.
All right. So what was the dirtiest thing you did? So Grand Marnier shots and burgers on donuts.
I mean,
how can it get worse? Besides the Redskins play. How bad?
I mean, we were there during some of the absolute most abysmal,
worst of the worst.
Some of the we have been present front and center for some of the absolute most abysmal football that Daniel Snyder
if there's a lot of cocaine in Grand Marnier cocaine.
Like, no one could ever question our love or loyalty. You especially, Drew.
I kept tickets from 97 until 2015. And my brother and I gave them up.
Fucking Rex. Fucking Grossman. I'm dying right now. Dude. I'm fucking dying. Sexy Rexy. Shoot me in the fucking face, dude.
Tony Banks.
Oh God. So I worked for the Redskins for 4 years. So I would drive. I ran all the bars.
I heard
at FedEx Field?
Yeah.
Or in the lounge? On the club level?
I ran all the bars. So I was assistant. So basically the people I worked for, the lady I worked for, she ran all the bars throughout the whole state, but I was her number one assistant. So I had a hand in every single fucking bar. So from the club level to the 400, 700 level, all the way up to the 100 level, every bar had my dick hands on it somewhere.
Ew.
Shit, dude.
Friday.
Enzo bar, baby, 133.
Right.
I have seen.
Wait, who's Chris Weinke? Or Winky? How do you say that?
Wanky.
It doesn't matter.
Wanky.
Whatever. So like the end of every game. So when I worked there, at the end of every game,
someone who played for them probably.
He was a quarterback from Florida State.
Oh, Chris Winky. No, he was a quarterback
from Florida State.
Yeah.
Anyway, shut the fuck up. I'm telling the story. So,
Steve Spurrier.
During his Spurrier days, I worked there. No, like at the third, like when the game was over, we would go to like the cigar bar. I forget what it was called. It would be like the cheerleaders and everybody who worked there. Like you know how they just got sued by like all that shit. How they just got sued.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of that in the fucking 4 years I was there, and I was there in the early 2000s, and I saw that shit then. So like when the cheerleaders came out with like their
why aren't you testifying then, Marcus?
Because I was a low level employee. They don't give a shit about me. But I saw what they're talking about, and like it's kind of fucking. It was like shit show.
Sean Taylor's last game was my low point. No. Sorry, I take that back. The very next game, the game against the Bills after he died, with they fucked
it up and
they fucked up the field goal. Yeah, in the weather. The weather couldn't have been any fucking
Any
shittier.
shittier, dude. The only solace
Except
in that
for hail.
is
Hail
our
would have
fucking Sean Taylor towels.
Hail would have made it worse. I still have my towel somewhere.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. They just said homeboy's getting subpoenaed.
That would be me.
That would
Who's
be
getting
Marcus.
subpoenaed?
Marcus.
Marcus, yeah. And you know this. Shit, yeah, dude. Me and Drew, man, we front and center for the horror.
I mean,
for the horror. We had some good times too. We had some fucking great wins too.
Time.
But like, yeah.
Tons of them.
All right, but we're 2 hours and 25 minutes into.
Oh, all right. Well, how about this? We want to play some TikToks and get the fuck out of here.
We should play some TikToks.
Yeah. So we once again really appreciate y'all getting down with us. Never mind, that was a conversation I'm gonna have with Marcus later. Anyways,
wait, what?
It wasn't, bro. I tell you, it wasn't anything serious at all. It was like we should do something totally different from what we normally do in the middle of the show when there's like no way that that's possible. And I'm like,
it doesn't happen.
I had a whole inner monologue just out here with y'all. You should just let it.
No, we are there.
We appreciate it. We appreciate y'all fucking hanging out with us, Drew. I fucking love you, dude. I am so glad to have you on here and just fucking you killing it, man. And you'll have to come back.
Killing it.
To continue this conversation, because this is a conversation that is not going anywhere anytime soon. And also just because we love your fucking face. And no one else will understand this except for you and me, but I just want to say from the bottom of my heart.
I don't even want to know.
It's okay.
So it's okay.
I don't want to know.
It's okay, Marcus. Put the basket in the lotion and keep it moving.
Put the basket in the lotion, Marcus.
Hey, guys, hold on. Shit, where's that?
Nope. I'm afraid I can't do that, Marcus. Shout out to Creep Show. We need to bring that back.
Bottle.
Right?
Bottle. You spelled it wrong.
I don't care.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
I know I didn't spell wrong, but
I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, so we're gonna play. Hey, so while Marcus fucking cues up all this shit, once again, thank you guys for watching us. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, the District of Misfits Show, on Twitter at DC Misfits. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the District of Misfits Show, where we have a bunch of other cool content for you to watch. On Twitch, District of Misfits, and go to crushingdc.com and purchase some of our wares and support us. Also, if you would like to do a podcast, you have an idea, you got a voice or a platform or something you want to get it out there, we'd love to help you make that happen. And you can track us down you can actually find us through crushingdc.com, or you can hit up District Dogface Studios at gmail.com. And we'd love to help you out and get your voice out there. Marcus, are you ready? Are you ready?
What am I ready for?
Ready. You ready?
How about this? Play that other fucking... Oh, you know what? We were going to talk about DMX. RIP DMX. He was problematic. The dude, he had his issues. He was involved in dogfighting. I know a lot of people take issues with that, and that is not okay. We don't endorse that. We should maybe have another show where we delve into separating the art from the artist, or if that is even a possible thing. Maybe.
But let's get into the people fucking giving him his props.
Yeah. So for on the positive end of it, he for his foibles and mistakes and shit, he touched a lot of people and was a big part of a lot of people's lives. And I think that deserves some acknowledgement. Love him or hate him. And as his body was being taken out of the hospital, his fans decided to show up and lend their support. Here we go.
Hi, Boo.
Yo, sorry. I thought I was gonna be able to pull this off. I thought I was gonna make it through a whole show without my dog having to be let out. Petey was like, "Nah, son."
I have another video I can play if you need to go.
No. I fended him off for like a good 20, 25 minutes while Drew was talking, and like I was like, I can't walk off camera while Drew is fucking dropping science. Like I just felt like that'd be just didn't feel right, and so yeah, he needed to do his thing. Yeah, so people. Well, you know what is really awesome is apparently Jay-Z and Beyonce, they bought his entire fucking catalog and are giving it to his kids for free.
I mean, when you own billions of hold on.
So that his family, his kids won't have to fucking fight anybody for that shit.
Although I agree, that's fucking amazing. When you're Jay-Z and you're a billionaire, that's like me giving you $20, Bill.
Still gave him the $20.
What?
I like $20.
I know. I
could always use $20, man.
But that's
always. There will probably never come a time in my life where I will not be able to use $20.
Okay, right? Like the tramp stamp question. If you had billions of dollars and needed to buy something for somebody, what would you do?
If what?
So what would be like the one thing that you bought somebody to give somebody?
I don't know.
That's
depends on the person. Depends on what they want. You know what I mean? Like for one person, I might buy you. You know what I mean? If I was a billionaire, for one person, if I buy you some land, you know, maybe you wanted a farm. Yeah, maybe I'd help you start a bit. It just depends on the person. Like I don't know. I don't really understand the question. Does DMX really have 15 kids? Marcus, can you bing that? I would like to know if that's I told you earlier. You said that to me earlier. I smoke a lot of weed, Marcus. So I don't know. And you yell a lot, so sometimes I don't listen.
Right? He yells a lot. So
he's got 15 kids. Well, hopefully Jay-Z bought it and gave it to the most responsible one that will do the right thing with the
no, he has 15. He has 15.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, like I said, if that's the case of the 15, hopefully one of them, the one that Jay-Z and Beyonce sat down with and said, yo, we bought this fucking shit because we don't want y'all to have to fight a bunch of lawyers and fucking corporate fucking pieces of shit for some shit that's your goddamn birthright. Like, here you go. You know,
so,
and I mean, Carl, let's, you know, there's a lot of Johnny Appleseeds out there. Let's not throw shade, man. You know, what are you gonna do about it now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna
real do? Quick? There's so there's some
come on, Val.
rumors.
Let's do it, Val.
Come on, Val.
You can do it, Val. You can do it.
Come on, Val.
There's some rumors. So there was this guy that like I sort of had worked to start a charity with.
So what are we talking about?
We're talking about DMX.
Okay.
So he is a conspiracy person, right? He's like convinced that there was no plane that went into the Pentagon. He believes that
it was a rocket. That
like the Twin Towers were not hit by planes, whatever, blah blah.
What is that guy doing? Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, shut up. Okay.
Okay.
So he posted the other day, just yesterday, that DMX had gotten the COVID test. He got the COVID vaccine days before he died.
Oh, I heard about this.
Actually, you know what? It is always fun to hear what the conspiracy nuts are saying. So keep going.
So he's the one person that died from the vaccination.
Right. So yeah. So there's this whole. I mean, Snopes has like covered it. They're like, no, this is false. But there's this weird article that's been circulating that DMX had taken a COVID-19 vaccine days before his quote unquote heart attack before he died.
I mean, I know I'm not DMX,
but it drives me insane that these people, mind you, this person is in charge of. He is he's a boxing coach in Detroit, so he has a bunch of young,
so you know who this
vulnerable.
person, you know this
Yes,
person.
I know him. So he has these young, vulnerable children in his care, and this is what he's telling people.
So
He's
those who don't know our story, Val has a lot of connections in the boxing world.
I do,
especially in Detroit.
Why have we not fucking ever fucking done any boxing shit on this show, Val? Jesus, what's up?
I'm
Why
not
do you
a
hate
boxer.
us? Why do you hate us?
I'm not a boxer. I just support. I started a charity.
I'm just saying. Why have we never been to a boxing match, Val? Why do you hate us?
I mean, Val's not a lot of charity.
I like watching people punch each other in the fucking face, dude. Like, come on.
I trained for 6 weeks.
Val, what the fuck, dude? It's like I don't even fucking know you.
So the point of what she's saying is that she knows who she's talking about.
This guy.
I need to go lay down.
She knows him. She knows him personally.
So what I'm saying is, this guy should not be in charge. He should not have.
We can't even kick this dude's ass because he's like a professionally trained boxer. Is also
no.
Oh, we can beat his ass.
I'm not. Again, we don't call people out by name.
No, we don't condone. Right? No, we don't condone violence.
But also, it fucking pissed the shit on me when I saw it, because it's the same guy who said that there was no plane that went in the Pentagon, that there are no planes that went into the Twin Towers on 9/11. He tried to convince me that it was a conspiracy among our government, and I was
that
like,
guy,
sir,
he is not a very nice person. We are running long,
sir.
So it's time.
You need to sir that dude the next time he goes.
Our favorite tick.
Yeah, it's my favorite TikToks of the week. Give me a little palate. Here's your palate cleanser. Here's your palate cleanser.
Our favorite TikToks of the week. Oh, I gotta go now.
Stop yelling at us, Marcus.
Why are you yelling?
Why are you yelling? I don't understand. No, I understand why we're yelling. This is what we do. Yelling is a thing we do on the show.
Stop yelling.
So here we have, I assume he's an American copper going by the getup, but he is wearing a shirt that's meant to say, Blue Lives Matter. I guess he's trying to be like, I'm Irish American.
She's Irish.
Couldn't have gotten it more wrong if you tried, sir. So in the Irish language, we don't call black people actually black people. We would never call them like Dinna Dove, which would be like a direct translation, black people, because that is also used as descriptive words for the devil, and we don't want to be calling people the devil. So we call them Dinna Guram, which is blue people. So this chap is after getting a shirt. It says, it's meant to say, Google Translate job, Blue Lives Matter. But he has it written as Gaeilge, which means he's not walking around in a shirt that says Blue Lives Matter. He's actually walking around in a Black Lives Matter t-shirt.
Gotta love the Irish.
I don't know if I'm a fan of that one, dude. That was kind of whack.
I don't know. I love the Irish.
You actually
whack, dude.
You watched it. You watched it in pre-production.
No, I haven't watched any of these. I didn't watch these so I could have like my original reactions.
Oh well.
Play another, please.
Carry on, sir. I thought.
Look at that Jew coming out of there! Look at
that! Marcus is a chef. You definitely need to watch this.
Come on. Man, chicken! You been around some black people, didn't you? A lot of little black people, haven't you? So that's the Orient in you. It's all good. Okay, so all over the skin. You're still invited to the barbecue, baby. What the hell is 5 spices, though? No! She done put the chicken in a watermelon. Help her, give me your barbecue card back. You bit. Did you just put that yard burn in that watermelon?
That's actually
No!
That's actually brilliant. That's actually
Lord,
brilliant.
I put this white chicken into this watermelon. You was raised around white people. The Japanese people would not let you do that.
Okay, so here's my thing. No, here's my thing.
Yes,
I like this steamed idea in the watermelon, but you would have to pull it out and let it roast in the oven so it gets the crispy skin.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You couldn't just leave it that way. You'd have to like fry it or like roast
you
it.
You have to take it one more step over. You have to take it one more step out.
When I saw this video, it hit me on so many levels. But one of those levels is I need to see what the pasteurized chef has to say.
Well, here's the thing: watermelon has a lot of it's water. It's fucking 80% water, so it's going to steam. But it's going to steam, but it's going to grab that flavor.
And it's all about those 5 spices that she put on the outside, right? Like,
well, here's what happens when you cook stuff. Like when something's fatty, like chicken.
Here's what happens when you cook stuff. Go ahead.
So when chicken or fat or beef or whatever has fat collects like
renders it.
No. The fat's like a sponge. So like if you have a smell or if you have a flavor, it will like suck it up like a sponge. So what it's doing that, but at the same time, because it's encapsulated in the fucking watermelon, it's steaming at the same time. So you have to cut. I would cut the cooking time back, like probably an hour or two, and then let it roast.
How long?
With other aromatics.
How long do you think they had that in the oven for, Marcus?
Well, it depends on the size of it. If it's 10 pounds,
let's say it's a 10-pound bird. Let's say it's a 10-pound bird.
4 to 5
inside
hours.
that watermelon for 4 hours.
4 hours, but you have to pull it out and let it like. You want the natural juices and the natural like the enzymes. You want the flavor from that. You want the marinade. You want those flavors to like crystallize and like the thing about like chicken skin or duck skin or turkey skin. You want it to be crispy because when you crystallize that and it's nice and crunchy, all the fats come out and going into the fucking titties.
I'm sorry. What?
The chicken titties, the turkey titties, the duck titties. They're in there.
We're playing out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning our final descent of the evening. Please return your souls to their usual upright positions.
Appreciate that we were all like, what? Like we were like all invested in what Marcus was saying, and then
Marcus was like food porn, titties.
And we were like,
but I'm right.
No,
bitches.
You're not wrong, brother.
No.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You're not wrong at all. You are not right at all.
How about this? Let's say our official goodbyes.
No, we have more TikToks.
Oh, we got more TikToks? Well, all right. If y'all are still hanging in
we
here.
have another TikTok.
You do not send me 39 TikToks without me playing at least 10 of them.
At least 2.
I feel very
about a hero known as Bophades. Bophades was a Greek hero that fought in the Trojan War that was almost as powerful as Achilles, even having only one weakness. The same way that Achilles was only weak in his heel, Bophades' weakness was his groin. That's where we get Achilles' heel and Bophades' nuts.
You know how I know I smoke a lot of weed? Because the first time I saw this TikTok, I was like, yo, this shit is genius. Yo, but this shit right here, you food porn motherfuckers, this is it.
Start by removing the ends and coring your jalapenos. Then we're going to parboil for maybe 5 minutes. Fill those with cream cheese all the way to the top. And then we're going to wrap those in a 50-50 blend of pork sausage and Italian sausage.
Okay.
You want to make sure it's sealed up pretty well. You got all that meat pushed together. And then you're going to completely wrap in bacon. I'm using 2 pieces to make sure I have full coverage so I don't have any leaks. Now, I like to smoke these for a couple of hours and then crank the heat the last 10 minutes to crisp that bacon up. But you can do these in the oven if that's what you have. And man, slicing into these is like the heavens opening up.
That knife is ridiculous. You don't
shut
need
your fucking whore mouth, Marcus.
Whatever it looks delightful.
Yeah, you don't need that goddamn fruit.
When are we gonna eat this?
He's caught up in the fucking knife shit. I'm like, when are we making these, dude?
When are we eating this?
When are we making these,
right
Marcus?
into the microphone.
Get your fucking priorities straight, Marcus. I don't understand.
My priorities straight. That what he did was fucking. That was fucking. Fuck you guys. That was shit.
Hey, Marcus. Has the Instagram algorithm caught you up with the outdoor cooking where the guy fillets the chicken breast and cuts the shit on wood? And
ASMR.
Oh my god, dude!
That's my dude, bro.
Oh
Are you kidding me?
God.
Are you kidding me? That's my dude.
So Boo shares that with me regular. I have over 35,000 followers, so I get like the weirdest shit. Like
I fucking love that motherfucker.
He's
I know I like him.
I know this TikTok took you
Yes,
like
Stephanie,
6
we're
to 7 hours to fucking make. But
here's
this shit
the
is
thing.
the payoff,
I'm here to
bro.
appreciate it.
The payoff.
I like. All right. Here's the thing. I like what Boo says, but I'm the guy. Like when I hear people eating, I want to stab you.
No, it's not about that, bro.
No.
When he
I
fried
don't
the
care.
bacon. When he fried the bacon and then he fucking cut it, that crunch, dude. We
Oh,
all
dude.
had the same.
And
we
that,
all
and
had the
that gooey
same
cheese
fucking
that
reaction,
fell out when he
dude.
fucking
Like,
laid it over. Oh.
I still want to stab. I still want to stab
Marcus,
all of
you can't handle the truth, bro.
You can't.
I'm sorry.
Can we please respond to Stephanie's comment about
what?
A cooking show?
Yes,
Marcus,
a cooking
Marcus,
show
we need a show. We need a show where we recreate this fucking food porn shit that I see on TikTok. Yo,
I don't know. We have a chef on fucking payroll, maybe.
Shut your mouth,
hey, how about this,
Michael
Marcus?
Harrison.
Hey, Marcus, shut your whore mouth and play the braided salmon video.
You shut your mouth too.
Play the braided salmon.
Are we not playing this?
We know, we know, Marcus.
The bacon definitely needs to be more crispy.
You know what?
I just want these guys to shut the fuck up.
I will co-sign on
that.
Shut it. I will co-sign.
Remove your skin, then start about 2 inches down.
Oh, you seafood lovers. Drew, I know you don't get down with the fucking chip in the water. This
Why
is for the
are
rest
you removing the skin?
Then cut some lemon, put that down in your dish.
Hold on. I think salmon is shit, by the way.
Oh,
this
is even better than
top of that.
Not better. Salmon is a shit fish.
Shut your mouth, Marcus.
Now season up your salmon. I'm using
Marcus
Old Bay,
is the
onion
tilapia
powder,
of our show.
smoked paprika.
No, motherfucker, I am not the tilapia. The
Now for your
tilapia is
favorite
the
crab
worst
cake
fish in the
recipe, I
goddamn
prefer to
world.
use jumbo lump
I'm the
crab.
fucking
And instead of
yellowfin
breadcrumbs,
tuna,
I use lump
motherfucker.
crab meat as my binding meat.
I can't wait. I
Now
can't
take your
wait.
crab
Meat
mixture
Marcus.
and you just want to layer that across the
Now
top
I'm
of
just
your
hungry.
You
salmon.
know what? I'm just laying a sea bass.
So here's the mountain so far, but we're not done yet.
Fuck this salmon. It
And it
looks like
just wouldn't
shit.
be right if I didn't do
You
it my
put
way.
crab
I had
on
the
it.
jumbo shrimp on
There's
top.
a shrimp on this.
Top it off with
It
some
looks
melted
like
butter
shit.
and some Old Bay. Pop this baby in the oven
I
and
fucking
enjoy
hate
your
Old Bay.
Bite your tongue, Marcus. That
fuck
shit
this
looks
shit.
delicious.
Marcus,
I
you
hate
can-
Old Bay.
You know
That
why?
shit looks
Hey,
like shit.
wait, stop, Marcus.
Fuck
you know why you
that
hate Old Bay? You know why you hate Old Bay? Because you're from
Tastes
Delaware.
like Baltimore. It
Because
tastes
you're
like
from-
Baltimore
you're-
is shit.
You're from Delaware.
I don't want
Della
Old
how?
Bay in my beer. I don't want Old Bay in my chips. I want Old Bay in my shrimp and my crab. That's it. Only thing
Why
I
are
need
you
fucking
yelling?
Old Bay. Because I'm in control. Only thing I need Old Bay in is fucking crab.
Tell her why?
Shrimp. Val, I will kill you.
Tell her what? Tell her
And
how?
so, thank you all
Anyway,
for
the
tuning
next,
in.
the next TikTok we have is this.
Thank you all for tuning in.
From scratch.
You're like yelling a lot.
We don't have an oven.
God helped me.
Joseph, please.
You see how that sounds, Mary?
I love that one.
You
You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick with that one, dude.
Give them on hip.
That
You
was
gotta
all
be
we
quick.
had in that video, dude.
You gotta be quick with that one, dude.
You sent me that. That's what you sent me.
Yo, dude, you know what?
Was that the end?
This is no stop, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and non-gender conforming people. I want to welcome you all to the newest section, the newest segment of the District of Misfits show, which is blind reactions to TikTok videos that I pick out for these motherfuckers. This
I
is
hate Boom for this episode.
This is
I'm the one that has to deal with this
fantastic.
shit.
Was
'Cause
that
here's
the
the
end?
thing. Is I can feel Marcus's resentment every time I
Oh,
send him a
and
TikTok
I'm on
video to put
TikTok.
the show.
Here's the thing: I'm on TikTok every single day, so I see a lot of what he sends us.
And so if y'all are
But
still
the rest of the people like Val, they don't watch
man.
TikTok like I watch TikTok. So they've
Yeah,
never seen
no, I mean apparently you don't watch TikTok like I watch TikTok because your
Just
whole
play it.
thing is just like
I played it, Val. We already played the shit.
Are we at the end of my list? Are we at the end of this week's?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well,
was that the end? You just ended with "Here You Are."
You
Baby.
just Jim Morrisoned all of us. Is that what happened, Marcus?
You know what? My
Way to
favorite.
go.
Hey, you know
Way
my
to go,
favorite.
Marcus.
Hey, you know my favorite.
Thank you, Jim.
My favorite thing from last week.
From the creators of the Kidtastic Kids Bop comes the most kidtacular Kids Bop yet.
Straight out of Compton, a silly mother lover named Nice Cube. From the club called Kids Who Love Their School. When I'm called on, my friend Sean.
Straight out of Compton and right into your suburb.
Here's a little something about a student like me, giving hugs since I got out the nursery. Nice Cube would like to say, I'm a little ray of sunshine to brighten up your day.
We've got all your favorite Compton Kids classics. She swallowed it, her vegetables. Real students don't cry. Appetite for nutrition. Friends for life. If it isn't nice, parental appreciation is advised. Find them, thank them, and flee. Boys in the home. I'd rather hug you. A friend is a friend. Juice man. Always into spelling. 100 miles and walking at a reasonable pace. Express yourself politely and love the police.
Love the police coming straight from the playground. A young kiddo got it back because he frowned. And I'm the others got so believe.
Anyhow,
Dude,
that was amazing.
Dude, I really what I really don't want is for Marcus to fucking weaponize that video, but I know it's gonna happen, and eventually we'll have to.
It will happen. I will.
Oh my god! All right, so yeah, we're running fucking 2 hours strong almost.
Yeah, we are.
And I feel like for us to tempt fate any further is to be at our detriment. So, Marcus, why don't you give your final thoughts? Actually, no, Drew, you're our guest. Give us your final thoughts, please.
You
didn't see that shit coming.
It's a crazy world. I did, actually. So here's what I'll say. 2020 and 2021 already is shaping up to be a fucked year. It's a little bit of a crazy world out there, and there's a ton of dumb shit that we thought would never fucking happen that's always like ended up going down and happening. If you hear our voices, if you live in the district, if you're about the district, if you're about your own safety, and if you ever need any help realizing your own personal safety, please reach out. Don't let money be an object. Don't let anything be an object. I'm happy to be a resource for anybody who loves this city, and I'd love to be here for you.
Right on, my friend.
For sure.
Yeah, dude. It really was. You know what? I got butterflies before we started. I never get butterflies before the show. I always get a little anxious.
You know I got nothing but love for you.
I always get a little anxious, but I was so excited for this week's show that like.
Well, I'm sorry that I ranted.
No, dude, that's why I fucking wanted you on here, because you're gonna rant about some motherfucking shit. People are gonna be like, "Well, goddamn, I fucking know that." Like,
that dude be crazy,
dude. We rant about a lot of shit, and most of the time, it's not things I would necessarily recommend to like your mom or your kids or your fucking grandma or whatever. But like everything that you said today is all like. People are gonna.
You were very informal. A lot of our guests took fucking.
It's very rare that people walk away from this show better than they were when they.
That is not true.
They watched it.
And I will fight you every single day.
I'm giving cooking advice.
Well, there's that.
Chicken titties.
All right, Drew. Now I'm ready to fight you on the fucking outskirts. Drew,
okay.
at the corner of 14th and
man.
you, and we'll be fine.
Shit, Marcus, you have.
I mean, Marcus is selling.
Marcus, you're gonna need like 7 helmets, and Sheena, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to fucking. You're gonna have to put a rush order on that bubble suit, dude.
Bubble suit. All comes back around.
Solo.
Drew's gonna roll you down 13th Street at Cordoza.
Stephanie, anytime you
want. He's gonna roll you all the way down 13th Street. It's gonna be amazing.
It's the new P Hill.
We're gonna do like a District of Misfits show. We're gonna do
only page. We're gonna do only page.
What? No, we're gonna do.
All right, what?
No,
that's not what I was talking about.
No, that was actually a total joke. I just want to say about for it.
We're gonna do a field trip. The like the show. We're gonna come
Yeah,
out.
yeah, we will. We will. Yeah,
And
we are going to do a
then-
return trip.
Separately, there is a group of female women bartenders who would like to also take a separate field trip with you.
Oh, talk to Drew for sure. Yeah. You guys are
One of them being Stephanie.
I am
Stephanie.
more than happy.
That's my girl right
there.
More than happy that this
Can
is
you do it with your eyes open?
All right, look, we're getting off track. We're getting off track.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're
right,
2 hours. We're 2 hours running. We're getting off track.
What? We're 3 hours running.
3 hours. Well, we are 3 hours running to the rest of humanity. Anyway,
we're 3 hours running for the rest of humanity, dude.
We
It's
are
1
3
o'clock in the
hours
morning.
running for the rest of them. Yeah, it's
All right. Let's do it.
all right. Well, I appreciate you guys ruining my life yet once
Dun,
again.
dun, dun.
My name's Boo Dixon, and my life sucks. So let me tell you how to find me on Instagram and
Yes.
Facebook.
Wow, Marcus. Woo.
My new best friends are Marcus and Val.
Oh Lord, Marcus, I guess the electrolytes have worn off and it's just vodka now.
It's just not good up in your life.
So you know,
Marcus,
you know what I am like to Boo? I'm like the
Now, can I walk to the bar and have some Pedialyte?
Yeah.
Stop.
I'm the guy from the Boo fan, like the fucking Slim Jim.
Wow.
Dude, all right, so stop. This,
And like
this
7-Eleven, he's like,
Marcus, stop. Marcus,
Marcus,
I love you. Marcus,
Boo, I'm your friend.
Marcus, I love you, and I apologize for calling you the tilapia of this show because I know that that's where all of this hostility is coming from. I really didn't mean it. It just rolled off my fucking dome, dude. I love you. You are the
He's so bitter.
You are the sea bass. You are the sea bass of the show.
I like to see.
You are the Chilean sea bass, bro.
Kick his
You are.
ass, sea bass.
You are.
I mean, that is Maryland
not-
rockfish to you.
This is absolutely never.
Val, it is not, but it's okay.
This is not the hill that I'm gonna die on. Not on this show. You are the Chilean sea bass. You and yeah. Sorry.
I mean,
I know Marcus's whole deal changed when I said tilapia. Like it was all
because
just
tilapia is the
I cut the brake lines. And pushed the truck down the hill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Call me the catfish because tilapia is the shit fish.
I know, Marcus. I'm sorry.
Just call me
Y'all, with all of you in the fucking chat as my witness, I apologize, Marcus.
I'll kill you.
Wow,
I'll kill you.
Sorry. I love you.
Fucking caved.
He did not
Dude,
cave, Val.
no,
Shut the
I
fuck
just-
up. He fucking was starting up nowhere the fuck.
All right.
Coming from.
Friday.
Oh, wait, is that your safe word?
Yes,
Why
motherfucker. That was 3 hours. I know it's 3 hours ago. Why am I bringing up?
Do
old shit?
you
I get
think
it.
I pay attention
Yoda.
enough to know the
All right.
day of the week it is?
So
Marcus.
for Marcus and Val.
Why?
And Drew.
Why? Good Lord, we know what day of the week it is.
Andrew, I would like to
It's
say thank you all
Sunday.
for tuning in.
Like, it's Saturday.
Please catch us
Wait,
next
what
Sunday.
day is
It's going into Monday. Catch us next Sunday. 10
Wait,
p.m.
today is
Eastern Standard
Tuesday.
Time.
We can do it.
Marcus, play the graphics, the cool graphics that you came up with for the end of
Okay.
the show. So yeah,
I
we
mean,
really-
I my graphics.
you put all that work into it.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
go.
the District of Dogface Studio. We're a studio where we like
Wow.
stuff.
More.
Crush in DC where we do more stuff.
What is happening?
Or thrown out.
They pushed me out and paced me.